Hello, welcome to my stream on Teamfight Tactics, the new game mode. Yeah, it's not a standalone game, but a game mode in League of Legends that is taking very heavily from the auto chess mode, first cited in Dota 2 and now popular in a mobile version, a PC version called Underlords developed by Valve, and I think there might even be a separate PC version as well. So mobile, yeah, I think there's like 4 different versions maybe, but this is the one which you can get only through the League of Legends public beta environment, or PBE, which is a huge pain to get onto because there are so many people trying to connect to it. I think it's probably not necessarily intended for large scale testing is what's kind of going on here. But let's just get into a game of Teamfight Tactics and start messing around. So it doesn't look like we've got anyone online to play with, but that's okay. Let's get on with playing. So, a couple of things to cover before we get in is you can unlock your little legend, which is basically your in-game avatar specifically for this mode, by getting them from eggs, and you get a bunch of different kinds of stuff with different levels. They can be level 1, 2, or 3. You've also got your arena skin, which you can get from playing enough games that you'll get enough points to unlock various different levels, which give you different stuff. But it's all cosmetics, so there's no actual unlocks, unlike the main game, where you would have to, go and earn champions and things. In this, you just get everything immediately, and in that respect, it's pretty cool. So let's get started on this. There's no ranked mode as of yet, so you're really just playing it for funsies. That's what we will do. To catch up anyone who's not familiar with what auto chess style games are, it's kind of a drafting game where you get given a bunch of choices of units to make up an army, and then with these units you battle other people's collection of stuff as well as some neutral monsters, and ultimately you end up with a placing out of the 8 people who are in the game. So you can see that we've got Listy has got a pretty high ranked little legend, which is not the best of names. Hey Hero Gaming Simon, welcome to the stream. So Hero Gaming, I seem to remember that you are also not familiar with auto chess. You come at the right time as I'm trying to explain stuff. So we're going to be drafting a little army. One of the things that immediately sets us apart from the other versions of this same kind of game is that we start off with a carousel. So it's basically a circle of choices, and we've got our little character and we run forward and we try and grab one of them. But not only do we have a choice of all of these different kinds of units we can pick from the beginning, which is a pretty fun way of starting, they're also all carrying items, and items are pretty important in this game because you combine them to make more powerful items, and they can completely change what one of your units does in terms of, you've got like basic units which are okay, but when they're combined with some of the higher tier items, they suddenly become dramatically more effective and can also basically just win the game for you by themselves. So we'll see what we've got. We're stuck at 98% at the moment. So other stuff. So yeah, first of all we'll do the carousel, and we'll be trying to find ourselves the best unit we can, though it's a bit of a crapshoot to start with. So here we go, this is our first carousel. So we can't actually zoom out, so we'll probably just end up getting something that's roughly in this area. Oh, that's good. Let's have that. So what we've just grabbed is Lysandra, and I realise actually having the... Let's put the cursor on. Ooh. Because we actually want to be able to see where we're pointing. So we've got Lysandra, so we've got an item, which you can see a little golden spatula above her. That's the best item in the game, so that's a good start. But so Lysandra has got a couple of different things which you can find by right-clicking on her. She's Glacial, which is if we have 2 Glacials, we get a special effect of all of our Glacial units having a chance to stun, which is very good. And Elementalists, where they gain double mana from attacks, so it's good if you can give them items that make their attacks more effective. But also, if you've got 3 of them, you get to summon a Golem. So we'll be looking, ideally, for stuff in these units down here that have one of those 2 things. And neither of them do. We've got 2 money. Our army consists of up to 2 people. So let's go for... I think Imperial is pretty strong. So let's grab that one. Chuck it in. So now we've got 2 units. Each time we play a round, we'll get 2 experience. We've got a little experience tracker down here. And each time we go up a level, we can deploy more units. So we can start combining stuff. And we get a list of the potential combinations down here. So unfortunately, one of our Lysandra, this one here, is Glacial and an Elementalist and Glacial. Darius is an Imperial and Knight. So there's no crossover at all between them. So they're not getting any of their bonus effects. Yes, Hero Game Zone. It is. It's a really cool game. You can only get access to this if you've got access to the beta environment, so the kind of testing realm on this game, which means, and you also have to wait multiple hours to be able to log in. I started this off this morning, and I've only just gotten into it. So there we go. This opens up a new mechanic. So if we've got one of these already, a Darius, and we get 2 more of them, we can upgrade them. So let's do that. Boink, boink, and it automatically upgrades. So this is just a better version of what we've already got, but we've actually got space for a 3rd person, because when they combine, they still count as 1. So we'll just grab something random, stick it on there, and there we go. So we've got our level 2 Darius. That's going to have his special effect is once his... this is the truth actually for pretty much all of them. They've got a little blue bar beneath their green health bar. When that fills up, they get to use their special effect. So in Darius's case, it's Decimate. He swings his axe around himself. If he's right in the middle of the enemy, that can do loads of damage. And for Lysandra, it's a Frozen Tomb, which means she can either sort of stun someone else, or she can self-stun and get some healing. So we've got one more Lysandra, that's good. But we haven't got any of these synergies as of yet. We really want stuff that's got the same, at least one of the same things as each other. So we've got lots of 1 out of 2s here, but no further stuff. So, do we want any of this other stuff? We don't have any Imperials, we don't have anything else, so... Alright, we'll just leave it for now. So, this is a good chance, Denise. We'll go back to these items here. So, Lysandra has got the spatula. So, this is called the Golden Dust. Though, for some reason, it's not called Golden Dust there. You'll see here that this one has got a needlessly large rod. All of these items do something for the abilities. So, you have ability power, which makes your ability stronger, and you have attack damage, which makes your regular attacks faster. And it looks like I'm going to get smashed because this is a 2-star Nidalee, and I think probably Alfari PBE has got maybe a better combination of things. So let's hope we get some more stuff. What have we got? So we've got enough money to be able to upgrade. We can then deploy another unit. Let's just grab our item and throw it onto this one here. We could combine the items to allow for... Oh, knights. Let's give this a try. So now that we've used the spatula in combination with another item to give this unit an extra class, which is a bit of a weird mechanic. So this is inherently a knight, whereas she is not. But if you use the golden spatula in combination with another item, one of the combo effects will let you sort of cheat and make her now a Glacial, an Elementalist, and a Knight all at the same time. This is important because it means we activate the Knight synergy, which means that all Knights block some damage, including Lysandra, who's now kind of technically a Knight. Actually, we'll grab another Knight while we're here. We still got Smash though, because the other person has got more stuff than us. So let's see what else we've got. So we could go for a... Let's see, do we have anything that kind of matches up? Not really. We'll pick up a Braum, who's Glacial Guardian, which is going to be useful later on. But for now, let's throw up another Knight. So that gives us 3. Hey, Quizzy! Nice to see ya! So this gives us the Knight effect on all 3, which is blocking 20 damage. But until we get another Knight, we won't get the next level up. So we're just trying to find as many Knights as possible, which are really good at blocking stuff, but aren't so good at dealing damage. You can see that the Blitzcrank over here has got multiple items. It's got a Static Shiv, which means it does splash damage, and also an Infinity Edge, which means it deals a lot of damage. So we're probably going to get smashed. Though Darius did a good job of standing in the way, we're still getting our butts kicked. So we really need to be finding something. We've got still got a lot of stuff which is 1 of 2, and so on. So ideally, we want to start fulfilling some of these like mini quests. Fortunately, because we're at the bottom or close enough, which one are we? We're this one. We are in a good position to potentially catch up, and let's go grab some more gold dust and a vein. So the lower you are on the scoreboard, the quicker you get access to this carousel. I probably should have looked a little bit more carefully what was on offer there, but if I see the gold dust, I will tend to grab it because you can do some very silly things with it. There's a big list of... actually, let me just grab this. There's a big list of what all of these things do together. And where was it? I'm not sure if I've got it anymore. But you can work out ahead of time, you know, what combos you're looking for. The most powerful of which is 2 of these golden spatulas together gives you basically a free unit slot. There's a total of 9 you can have in any given game if you pay to level them up. If you combine these 2 items, then you will get a free one, which is very, very powerful. So it's another Darius, probably want that. It's a lot more work to upgrade from level 2 to level 3 than it is to upgrade from level 1 to level 2. Because to upgrade to level 3, you need to have 3 lots of level 2s, which is a lot more work. That's 9 Dariuses total, whereas to get to level 2 you only needed 3. So they've got a Darius, we've got a Darius, but I think we're probably still going to get smashed. Man, we really need to be finding something that does something here. You could try and bring in nobles. So nobles, if we've got 3 of them, do something. I really want to have knights, but it doesn't seem to be coming up. Oh, here's something to make our Garen a bit stronger if we can get another one. We might actually have to start... Let's start spending some money. So the more levels we go up as well, the more slots we get, but also the better unit quality we'll just tend to get generally. So let's refresh, get some more. Oh boy. I feel like I might be on the wrong track here. Oh, there we go. We've upgraded our Lysandra. So we've got... Still not got 4 knights, but... Let's see how it goes. Okay, so economy. Gosh, there's a lot of stuff to explain in this game. So once you've learned... Let's sell off to make sure we've got 10. So at the end of each round, you'll notice that there's these little gold things up the side here. For each one of those you have, which represents how many tens of gold you have in the bank. So for each of those, you'll get 1 extra gold, and you can mouse over this bit here to tell. So we've got 5 gold just as standard, and then interest, which is these things here. So for every 10 gold we get 1 more, and for depending on how many wins or losses we have in a row, we'll also get more. So if we win a lot, we get a lot more. We get more gold each round. If we lose a lot, we get more gold each round. This game is quite punishing though, because you'll see we've got a health bar here, and each time we lose, we'll take damage depending on how many of the enemy are still alive. So trying to do that, trying to intentionally lose in order to get the loss streak can be very risky, because you don't know if you can necessarily guarantee you'll kill enough of the opposing units to not just get murdered yourself. So this is a PBE versus AI enemies. So these ones' special effect is when they die, they heal their buddy. Fortunately, they're spread out enough, so that's not going to happen. But you get to see kind of the way round it goes before you engage with them. So that does help. Oh wait, no, it doesn't have to be next to each other, as it turns out. Okay, I tell a lie. So what have I got going on? I don't think I'm... So I got an item out of those ones, which is good. So I could make... Oh, I like this. Let's do that. So I've upgraded my spatula into a Runan's Hurricane, so Vayne will get to hit multiple targets. We really want to find another Noble, because that will let us start getting the special effect of Nobles active. We don't have that at the moment. What we do have is a Yordle Knight. So let's drop that in place of Nidalee. And there we go. All of our Knights are now that much stronger. They'll block 40 damage, which means our Vayne is probably our primary damage dealer. So there's a lot going on in the game in terms of like what kind of teams you're building and which ones work well with each other and which ones do not. You can see our Vayne is hitting multiple targets, which is pretty good. I don't know if she still gets to have her special effect, which is she does more damage on her 3rd hit to multiple people. I don't think so. Oh boy, I was going to say it's going to be close. Their Vayne has got a really good item that every time she hits, she then hits faster. So as you can see, she's just destroying all of our stuff, even though we've built quite a lot of defensive things. It ultimately doesn't matter. Okay, so what else? Oh, so we've got access to an epic unit. And epic units are pretty good, so let's spend some more money to go up a level, grab hold of a ninja assassin, and also grab a couple of potential upgrades for our units. So what we've got going on here, because the Vayne is level 2 and the Darius is level 2, if you remember from before, it takes a long time to upgrade them. So this isn't great. Our money is down low, so we lose out on the whole interest thing. So we've got to start winning battles, otherwise we're gonna it's really gonna suck. Also, we see our Vayne is getting caught out a bit here because they're right at the back. But I think our army's doing alright because our frontline fighters have gotten onto their backline. They've got what's this one here? So this is Pike with a Tear of the Goddess. There's a lot of different items in the game, a lot of them. So having a cheat sheet is basically essential. And I think I might see if I can dig one out. Ah, this is what we've been building towards. So Draven. From what I've heard, Draven is quite busted. So let's upgrade our Garen. Let's bring in our Draven. So I think if we just drop this one out for the second and bring in Draven, that will give us our Imperial bonus. So Imperials, when there's 2 of them, one random Imperial deals double damage. We're hoping it's going to be Draven, because Draven does an absolute butt ton of work. We're going to be trying to work on our formation as we go, because you don't know what the formation is going to be like of the... because you go up against a different person each time. But hopefully. Right, so we are mid-table, so we're really looking for stuff that will work with our current person, and/or there's no gold stuff to have going, so we're looking for knights. The purple stuff is just generally the better stuff, but none of it is really relevant for us. So let's go through and grab some armor. And an extra Poppy, because Poppy's a knight, and also armor is generally just going to be good for us because we've got knights. I don't know if we can have a look at what army the best person has got, because that's usually a good indication of what you shouldn't be going for, because all of the stuff you draft comes out of a communal pool. So if if the person who's doing really well and thus has a lot of money is going for the same thing we're going for. So they are going for Imperial. They're going for nobles. So they've got multiple nobles. They're also going for Draven. So that is bad news. We probably won't get too many Dravens. Okay, we'll pick up what we can. Go from there. So that's okay. That leaves us on 10 gold. Let's... What happened to that Poppy? Unfortunately, the game is a little bit buggy at the moment. So there'll be some stuff where you're just like, what? I don't know what happened. Where's our item gone? I don't know. Alright. Well, this time round, yellow fish. Is yellow fish good or bad? Oh, they were alright. Hey, we won pretty hard. Alright, we're doing okay, Let's see what else have we got. So, none of this is really very relevant. We are a fair way. We're 8 out of 30, which means it will... Every time you buy XP, which costs you 4 gold, you're only going up, like, I think, 4. Yeah, you spend 4 gold, get 4 XP. Which means we're a long way from next level, so we might as well just re-roll and see if we can find anything more useful. So we've leveled up our Darius, but notice we don't have a level 3 Darius, we need to have 3 level 2s to get a level 3. Which is a long way off. Alright, what else we got going on? None of the rest of this is really terribly relevant. Let's get rid of Nidalee, because we never really used her thing. So if we can find another noble, we'll get an extra effect. So maybe we should... Ooh. Oh, there we go. That actually worked out pretty well. Hey, we won again. And we're not doing the worst. Truly, this is a great day. Alright, this is a noble. I don't seem to remember that Fiora is a particularly good noble. And also we have to remember that the person who's doing the best is also drafting nobles, which means there are a lot less of them going around. But if we can just find one more, we'll be in a good spot. None of these are really very relevant. So let's reroll just in case. Oh, actually there we go. Lucian I like a lot better as a... Let's sell off her. Because we want to keep our gold to 20, so we're getting an income. We're actually on a win streak. That is a lot better than I would have expected. We'll just sort out this stuff by what it's related to. But yeah, Hero Gaming Simon, if there's anything else you want to know, it's always a little bit tricky like knowing what's to explain and what I'm kind of over-explaining. There we go. Oh, cool. We got some nice new items. So we probably want to... I really like to give our items to Draven because I know Draven is... Having read like the articles about what they're planning on changing the game, they said Draven is really strong. But I think probably Vayne is going to be... has already got our item, so... I don't know, man. I don't know. Script. Let's give him attack speed. What does this get him? Okay. So this will give him a splash damage, so with effect free third attack, which is pretty good. I think it might have been better putting it on Vayne, but I want to spread it out a little bit just in case one of our hero champions gets dumpstered. Then we're not kind of, in a really dire spot. I think generally speaking it probably is better to go for all of your eggs in one basket as a strategy. Oh nice, who did we just beat? Yellowfish. I remember Yellowfish, we beat them up before. Alright, anything else to grab? So we're getting better stuff now. We're getting close to... The most gold you can get interest from is 50. So ideally we want to be getting our gold up to 50 sometime soon. None of this is really relevant. What we could do is... We don't really have... We could buy up to the next rank, but I think we're right. We're winning at the moment. I think once we stop winning, that's when it's going to become more important to pick up. So we've got Knight and Imperial stuff going on. We really want to pick up a third Noble, ideally. But all of this stuff... Oh, that's right. These ones are all level 2, so we probably don't want to be replacing them with level 1s. That's the big decision point you've got in the game, is do you want to have individually stronger units, or do you want to rely on the synergies? Ideally, you've got both. Oh man, we're destroying everyone here. This does sometimes happen in this game. You're like, I'm winning. I don't know why, but I am. So, alright. So we're climbing the table. We're not quite up at the top yet. Let's check in on... So our winning player is going for Wild and Void stuff. Yeah, they're definitely going for Void stuff. So that's a good thing we're not doing for that. Another Lucian, that's good. If once we get up to the next level Lucian, we probably want to... Alright, let's toss her, because I don't think we're really going hard on Elementalists. I don't think if we chuck our Akalis, we can start doing some rerolls. Let's do that. On the off chance we might find something good. Aha! A Glacial Knight. So this is good. We've already got a lot of Knights going on, and Glacial is a good combination as well. So, okay, we're up against the #1 player who's got some pretty good stuff. They've got a Warwick who's going to be hitting pretty hard. I think, well, basically, if we can beat this person, we can literally beat anybody. But I don't know if we can beat this person. Darius is really good when they're surrounded, but I think, yeah, their stuff is... I think they're also probably another level up on us, which means our chances of winning are pretty minimal. So even though we're relatively far up the table, we've actually got one person knocked out already, which means that they're going to... Wait, where are we? Oh, we're up here, okay. What are we looking for? Oh, Kale. That's what we really want, this one here. Hopefully no one else is going to take it. Are we going to get lucky? We are! Oh, that's really good. That is really good for us. I believe Kale is at least the knight, if not possibly also the noble as well. So a lot of these synergies you're trying to build up have... You kind of need to get the legendary unit to be able to complete them a lot of the time. So is she? She's a noble and a knight. Fantastic. So let's bang out a bit of our money to get Kale in the field. Kale is really good, and she's also got some armor strapped to her, so she's going to be harder to put down. Her ultimate allows her to shield an ally and make them invulnerable, which is very, very strong. If we get one more knight, then we double up on our current knight effects, and we block 80 damage total, which is a lot. So we're looking out for just random knights. So there you go, this KO made her self-invulnerable, but if she levels up, she can make multiple targets invulnerable, which is stupidly good. And hey, who are we beating up now? Vatviet, who's a player who's losing quite a lot, who did have quite a good army. The nice thing about this game is you can go from being very poor and very badly off to doing quite well, just because you get some of your combos going. Alright, what else have we got? So none of this stuff is directly relevant. Let's keep going. Kindred is supposed to be pretty good, but we're not building rangers really. Oh, another Darius. If we get one more Darius, then we get up to the next level, which is excellent. We could go for Yasuo. I don't think Yasuo... Oh, I would feel kind of dumb not taking him, though. Oh, wait, this is our next knight, isn't it? Okay. So I think we're going to have to... It's going to take a long time before we can... Oh, man. Oh, I thought we were doing well, but as it turns out, maybe not. So they've got this Warwick who is got a Bloodthirst, which is the big lifesteal item, so it's extremely hard to put down. Fortunately, Darius is doing a great job of holding ground because I think him being a knight, he's blocking a lot of damage. And there we go. It was a draw, I think, or... Okay. We've got a lot of money, so we could... It's a long way to go up to the next level. I probably should have bought that Yasuo. Okay. Oh, well, there you go. So this could be our 6th knight, but it's actually kind of a bad one, so... Let's grab the Yasuo, so I don't feel bad again. Oh man, we're close to leveling up a bunch of stuff, but... Oh. Okay. Let's get rid of our veins, let's buy in a Darius. And then... Oh, we're fighting... I forgot we're fighting creeps. Nice! One of the things that's a bit weird about auto chess is that the amount of items you get dropped by the creep rounds are random. They're also random in terms of quality. So, what does this get us? I think that seems appropriate. Okay, let's just start putting out items around the place. So I think let's get Darius some more stuff. And I guess we can put the health somewhere. Let's put it onto Darius. So ideally, we'll be getting our Kale upgraded. You see, so Kale's made the Vayne invulnerable, which is extraordinarily good. And hey, we beat Japanese, who is currently the top player. There you go. Aha! Level 3 Darius. Beautiful. Well, that took a lot of work. Alright. So I think let's actually start spending out and get up a level. There we go, and now we can bang this onto the board. So we have finally achieved the long-awaited 6-knight synergy. We've got the 3 noble thing going on, which is pretty nice. It means one of our nobles, which are that one, and that one, get a bonus. We've got 2 glacials, which means that our glacial unit have a chance to stun, which is extremely good. And imperials, that's these 2 ones here. One of them gets a damage bonus, and obviously we want it to be our main guy, Darius, who is absolutely monstrous. And we're up against Yellowfish, who is one of the lowest ranked players, so as perhaps expected, I'll go through him pretty darn quick. And ideally, if we can end up with another another Draven, then we're in an exceptional spot. Not going to happen this time around, but alright, we've got a bit of space to play with on our bench because we've been waiting a long time to upgrade Darius. We probably should have been putting more stuff on Darius because he's our main fella at the moment. What's our second Glacial? So we've got Glacial here. Oh, and Glacial there. Okay. So Yellowfish, yeah, it was out. It's going to quit. So we're in the top 4. And we might also be amazing at video games. I don't want to get too carried away, but... So you can see that Leisty has put their units over to the other side, which... And again, you can never tell exactly what size somebody else is going to be working with. Oh boy, that's our Darius going down even, but Draven is actually destroying everybody. So our Kayle will come back to life again. And immediately get dead. Alright, well at least that was close. So now with only 4 of us left, that's the Kayle we're hoping for. So probably nobody else is really going to want that. Just to check there's no other items. There we go. Excellent. So as I said, Kayle, once you upgrade her, she's like dramatically better than she would have been before. That she gets to use her invulnerability ult on multiple targets, which means that she tends to stay up for longer, and you know, it's just generally good stuff. And there's a third Kayle. The game just wants us to win. It really does. And that's more armor for Kayle, so she'll stay up for longer and keep pumping out those ultimates. Beautiful. Alright, we're in a pretty good spot. We probably don't want to go down any amount of golds, so we keep our income as high as possible. And there's not too much else. So we could build up Rangers. Rangers have extra attack speed, so that's an option. The rest of these ones I'd need to get 2 other champions for, and that's not terribly likely. You can see the Kayle ult already is extremely good. So but this, oh boy, so they've got a Draven with like a million things on them, but they can't do anything if all their stuff is vulnerable. So, yeah, suck it. Okay, so we could... Let's see, how much more would I need to get up to 70? So, oh boy. I'm tired today, so my brain, it doesn't work enough to do maths. So, 64 divided by 4, that's 16. Actually, wait. So, 62 divided by 4 is 15 times. So, 50... I honestly don't know anymore. I think there's some maths that I should be able to figure out, but I cannot. So, Gunslinger, well, that would be nice to have that, but we don't have any, but we do have Knights. So let's keep... Alright, I'm just going to keep pumping money in here. So we're about close to halfway there. So something to watch out for on this one is that the dragon has got error of effect auto attacks. So you have to watch out that it doesn't just kill everybody straight away. But they are not immune to being stunned. So it's pretty straightforward to just stun lock this one for the most part. Oh, didn't actually happen, but it's fine. So this is a good example. The dragon's supposed to drop a really good item, but instead it doesn't drop anything. So that's great. Alright, well, let's keep digging for more Imperial stuff. I feel like we probably Haven't played this one out perfectly by any means. Well, the problem I'm running into is I really don't want to be trying to develop multiple different level 3 things at the same time, because of how extremely difficult it is to do that. So there's the Sejuani ult going off there. That's really, really good because it does an AoE stun, and that's absurd. And hey, I think we're getting close to winning this. Yeah, we just killed someone, so we're literally just directly up against Victor now, who's the last remaining player, and has gone heavily into Void and Wild. Okay, so let's dump all of our gold to get an extra rank, and then anything else we can throw in that's going to make us more powerful is good. Anything? Anything? Oh, that wasn't great. I probably should have put in the Yasuo, because he does well by himself. Alright. Yeah, okay, we also messed up our formation and forgot to reset it, so we should have put it in such a way that our squishier units don't get stuck behind. Fortunately, level 3 Yasuo might make up for a multitude of crimes here. Oh, yes, Yasuo, Darius. Yeah, we're gonna get destroyed. Fortunately, being invulnerable lets us get away with quite a lot. So this is a pretty good combination. We've got okay, yeah, so we just won. Well, I mean, I guess we theoretically drew. So let's get our squishy units behind cover and see if we can find anything else that's relevant. Okay, that'll do. So if Yasuo is by themselves, they get an extra shield, which is a cute little mechanic, but they have to be away from everybody else. So it doesn't feel like it's impactful enough to make a big difference. So we've spent a lot of our money trying to find something worth putting out on the field. Hopefully this time we'll have a bit better luck, because all of our stuff isn't just going to get... all of our damage dealing units won't just get immediately slaughtered. Cool. The Blitzcrank goes down. Oh, I think we're going to get them. Not only that, we managed to do so with a good amount of our stuff left, which means they're going to get hit in the face pretty hard. And we've only got to win probably one more time. And hey, what's this? Another Kale. Don't mind if I do. Oh, right, they grabbed it. Okay. Well, let's grab some extra attack speed for our damage dealers. Oh, and we almost missed getting Draven upgraded. That would have been embarrassing. So let's sell our extra Vayne, and let's put some more attack speed on Kale. So she's got a Phantom Dancer, which is really not that relevant, but it's just going to mean that she can get her ultimate off a little bit quicker. We've got two we've got it. If we, I think we're at full capacity now, so we'd have to start getting rid of stuff or exchanging stuff out if we wanted to bring in other things. That Gnaw ultimate is super crazy good, and does make me think it might need to change the formation a little bit. Fortunately, Gnaw goes down. The Warwick's probably their biggest remaining threat, but fortunately, the Yasuo does a great job of knocking them up and making a mess of it. And hey, video games! Whew! And that, everybody, is how you win a game of Teamfight Tactics. By being confused the whole time. Oh. So So let's just go back to the other screen. So you get to see an overview of all of the different stuff in there. And apparently you also get to claim some beta points, which you can spend on... what can you spend it on? Oh, that's right, you don't spend it directly. You use them to let you level up through this track here. And also because we're on the PBE, we get a bunch of the in-game currency for free. Sleepyhead, thank you. So we're close to getting a different arena, which we could then set up. Where did we set that up from? From this lobby, yeah. So next level, I think we'll get a choice of one of these two, maybe? So let's give it a go again. Whew! Yeah, Sleepyhead, I literally had to set up the queue for this morning, and I think some people have been having trouble with queuing up forever, and then even when they do get in, they you know, it doesn't actually let them in, it just queues forever, and then it gives them an error or something, because the PBE isn't really made for something of this scale. So they've seen them on Twitter, they're very open on Twitter talking about what they're doing with TFT, their Teamfight Tactics. But they're saying they're trying to let more people on, but they're also trying to make it so that the servers don't crash, which, yeah, is a distinct possibility, I suppose. Yeah, Sleepyhead or anyone else, if you want to input on what decisions to go for are the best, then I'm more than open to you guys' suggestions. I mean, a lot of time with this opening one, you just kind of grab whatever you can. There are better and worse units here, I think, which are ones that at least are easier to pull off. Let's try and go for something a bit different this time. I think... Let's try Void. Let's try Void Assassins. It's kind of hard to go for any particular angle because you never know what you're actually going to end up getting given. In most games of this ilk, you can have a sort of global scoreboard where you can look around and see what everyone else is going. Also, let's go do that. So we've got ninjas, we've got robots, assassins, Garen, more ninjas, icy ladies, and glacials. So I don't think anyone else is going for Void, so we should be alright in that respect. There were a fair few people were going for assassins. We really want to be getting up to the... Oh, fair enough. We really want to be getting up to the point of either having... Okay, there we go. So, Kassadin. So I learned from Skara's videos that Kassadin, despite being not this way in the actual League of Legends game, in this game he is effectively a tank. Because I think he steals mana from the things he hits and gives him shield. So that's a second Void thing, which means we're one closer to getting the Void synergy going. It gives us a Sorcerer as well. So we're in a good spot. And we've also got a second Kassadin, so we can upgrade them, which will give them more health and damage. The most important part being the health, of course, because this means that they can get tankiness. And you see Kassadin's stealing away the mana, which is a very, very good effect. Because if someone doesn't have mana, they can't use their abilities. So, if we're paying a lot of attention, once we've grabbed our stuff, we'll actually go around and have a look at other people's. So, no more... We've not got any Void, Sorcerers, or Assassins in here. So, what's generally strong? I think probably Imperials. Let's give it a go. Let's sit there right in the middle. So, let's have a look around and see what other people are going for. So, they're going for... It looks like similar sort of stuff that we're going for. Knights. These guys are going for Wild. They've got a pretty good Wild selection. Knights again. Knights. Knights. Sorcerers. Imperials. So we probably don't want to go heavily into Knights because it looks like that's what everyone else is doing. So Sleepyhead, that's one of the things you can do that will make a significant difference. What would this get us? Oh man. Actually, I think I'm going to get this item because that seems like that's really good. But we might not want to keep it on this one here because it's not the best combination. Yes, too many Dariuses. I think we probably need to go a different direction. So this is a... think this is a good one. So let's take out our Darius and put in. So ninjas, they get a bonus if they're by themselves or there are 4 of them. So they are a little hard to develop because if you want to have 4 good ninjas, then it's not that great. So we've got a really good item, Warmogs, on our assassin, but I think we might end up selling that assassin and putting this item on something more tanky because that's what it's good at. So we're going for the old eggs in one basket strategy. So 1v1. So Darius is better when he's surrounded by units because his effect does more for each different target they hit. There we go. Sorted. So once this starts playing out a bit and we get to see some people drop down, we'll have a bit better idea of what's... oh, actually, that's a second Void Assassin, so maybe we will be keeping hold of this one. Unfortunately, you can't take items off of people, I believe, once they've been on, which is... I think initially was a limitation of the engine when the originator of this genre, Auto Chess, was in Dota 2, but now it's kind of just been kept that way. Do we want to level up? No, we're probably alright. I think we can afford to take a loss here just to get a bit more money. Because you only get 1 extra gold for winning anyway, and we'll get 1 extra gold for this. So there we go. They've got a level 2 Fiora, and who's got items on them, so we're probably not going to win this one. But we get... Oh, no, we didn't even get to see the effect of that, which they did there. Alright, that's fine. We're expecting to lose. So we do have some options here. Let's see. So we're no longer at the top, but that's okay because the further down the table, we actually want to be... In fact, yeah, we might want to actually throw these rounds because the lower we are down, if you remember from before, the quicker we'll get access to the carousel and get better stuff. Oh, there we go. Level 2 Kha'Zix. Very nice, very nice. So we've got a bunch of wilds. I think wild could be alright. Brawlers are stuff that gets you extra things, so it's a small investment. So generally, Sleepyhead, what you're looking to do when you're buying stuff is to make sure that you don't put yourself below an interest threshold. So if we went down to 9 gold while we were buying stuff, then we would have we guarantee we'd have less gold coming in. Whereas this way round, worst case scenario, at least we know we're getting our interest, even if we don't then go on to win. Yes, so Sleepyhead, yes, so for each 10 gold you got in the bank, you'll get an extra gold at the end of the round. And for each time you, I think beyond the first that you win or lose, you get more gold as well, though losing is pretty risky, which is, means that it's not necessarily a terribly good strategy to lose on purpose. In the other games it was more worthwhile. So, let's see... So we could look for... Actually, we probably want a Kassadin. A Kassadin would be nice. There is a Gangplank. Gangplank's kind of good. Which one are we? Oh, we're this one up here. So I think we can probably... Yeah, let's just go with what the stuff that we've got. Oh, we have to wait till our thing comes down. Oh, never mind. Alright, I'll have to adapt in a hurry then. There we go. Warwick's okay. We've already got them. We're not really super into Warwick's style, but I don't think there was anything else we could really get from there. So this is kind of the rubber banding in the game, which is that, you know, if you're doing well, then you don't get some really good stuff, which I think is good. I think the game does need some rubber banding because it's got built into it a lot of reasons to not. There we go, a level 2 Warwick. So if we can get another... Actually, we could just... No, we'll just sell that Warwick. And then we'll be getting a guaranteed 7 gold this round, which is pretty good. We really want to get the Warmogs. The Warmogs regenerates based on max health. And actually, to be fair, I think... Wait, how much health does it give you? 200... Oh, it gives you 400 health anyway, so... Ideally, I'd like to have that on have that item on someone who's actually got a lot of health. And there's also somebody who's taking damage, because you can see, if all the rest of the army dies before Kha'Zix gets to do too much, it's not great. But I suppose it's also not actually doing that badly. Yeah. Okay. I've kind of lost track of what we're doing here, so... Ideally we want a void thing, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So we could try go different directions. So we've got sorcerers, so we've got brawler and wild are the easiest ones to get to. Do we have any brawlers or wild? No. If we sell this, then we're guaranteed extra gold. We could go up a level, but there's nothing we actually necessarily want immediately. I think I might just put Kha'Zix in the front line, because Kha'Zix can actually take a surprisingly large amount of damage. So if he's not doing that, then he's not making use of his tanky stats. Oh, never mind, he's going to jump to the back line anyway. No, I didn't sell. I sold a little Warwick. So I still got the big one. If you sell something that's got an item on it, it just goes back to your inventory, so it's not a big deal. Oh no, we got smashed that time. But there we go. I mean, we still got the 30 gold. We're in a pretty good spot. We can afford to sacrifice some health. Okay, we're going up against the... It's prompting us to level up. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just keep going. We need to figure out what else we're going to go into. So Glacial is usually pretty decent. Okay, and if it turns out that it's not looking so good, then we'll... then we'll sell one of our dudes here to make up 230. So we'll get 1 gold for winning a ram. So if it looks like you're going to lose, then a lot of times you just want to sell to make sure you get the interest gold. Well, this is going alright. So if you remember from last time, these guys all heal each other up when they die. So fortunately our dudes are focusing them down one at a time, which is a lot more efficient than going after them, you know, one and then, you know, halfway on each of them and then they heal each other. Fortunately they didn't drop any items at all, which kinda sucks. Oh, whoops. Okay, we're gonna mess that one up. Okay, let's see. So, weirdly enough, you'd expect the money to be significantly different if you... Actually, you might as well just get rid of this one here and put in something more defensive. You actually get the same amount of gold back as you would have spent to buy it, which is kind of counterintuitive. But that is the way it works. Oh, there we go. We've just upgraded our Cassadin. We're still looking for an extra void thing. So we've got Wild, Brawler, Guardian, or Glacial. All could be relatively easily upgraded. Just got smashed by number 1 Master. Should be paying a bit more attention. Yeah, it's nice in that regard. In nearly any other game, you don't get back full value for selling things, but in this game you do. Okay, so let's swap out this dock here. Let's put in a brawler. So there we go. So now we've got 2 brawlers that will up the health of all of our brawlers, which is pretty good. Selected Fortnite, how much time did you wait in queue for PBE? I set it off this morning, so that would have been about 8 hours ago. I've been playing for about an hour, so I guess it's like 6 or 7 hours. It was crazy. I went into town and came back again, and it still wasn't done. It did get done fairly quickly after that, though. So we've got... We're still pretty loose on our theme here. And I think that's why we're getting smashed. Yeah, Slogan, I'm sorry about that. I think I've gotten very lucky to get in on this particular one, because it's very much not a guarantee. Do we have our level 2 Kha'Zix already? Here we do. Okay. Okay. Here's a significant upgrade. So let's get rid of our ninja and put in a guardian, and then let's upgrade our level and put in a second. So there we go. So the guardian effect is that everything around them will gain extra armor at the beginning of the round, which is pretty good because it covers everything next to them. So these two will cover the entire army. Ah, wow, that's a tough looking Shen. Blitzcrank, I'm not sure that was the best of ideas. I think we're doing a bit better this time round, maybe? I'm honestly not... I feel like I'm not doing this terribly well, but I'm not actually sure what to change. Maybe if we find something good in here, we can just swap over to some other angle. So that's the second Guardian. I think we should probably go for that. Alright, or not, as the case may be. Alright, let's see if we can hit our Sorcerer angle, since Void doesn't seem to really be happening. And also get a extra damage item on the way. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where to go from here with my units, because a lot of time, because before with the Imperial stuff, it was kind of, it felt a bit more obvious what I was supposed to be doing. Let's see, so we could go for Yordles. Yordles are pretty good by themselves. I'm not sure if Blitzcrank felt like they added a huge amount. So let's take them out and put in a Yordle Elementalist. So this guy's got very, very strong ultimate. I think if we put these two together we would have 3 sorcerers, and 3 sorcerers actually is a synergy. So let's keep looking to see what we get. So I need to put Kennen pretty central because I kind of hoped that Kennen would move forward and use the ultimate in a kind of more optimal way. Yeah, Sleepyhead, there's a lot to take in, and this is why I'm getting really confused at times. Alright, we lost that one. I feel like our army's not really up to scratch at the moment. Okay, there we go. So a wild Yordle. Let's give that a try. So, if we spend a lot of money, I get the whole Yordle thing going on. So, and let's put... So, so the Yordles have got like a dodge chance if they're in a group. And I'm really sort of struggling to find what the right sort of combination of things we should be going for here is. But, it's right next to something that's going to steal all the mana. Man, yeah, if Kennen isn't right in the middle of the opposing army, they just seem to put themselves in a terrible position. Because normally, when you're in the game League of Legends, Kennens will run into the opposing army to use their stuff, but because this one stays at range and then uses it, it kind of forces itself to be in the least optimal place possible. So we're keeping walking up towards our possibly a little bit overly random Warwick. Though I think maybe Yordles could be open. So let's move it around. So this way, Kennen will hopefully get that ultimate off and then actually stun multiple people. Oh, actually, I've got to remember that this time it's going to be... these ones will actually jump over to the back because they're all considered to be assassins. So you'll notice they won't stay with it up. Yep, they'll jump to back. So I sort of did okay with that there. That's okay, got some stuff out of it. What will this get us? Yeah, that's a good item. So it means every time Kha'Zix gets to use his ultimate, he'll then just get to attack faster, which means he gets to use his ult faster, and then therefore and therefore. Oh, we could go for wild shapeshifters actually. So let's chuck some of this stuff which hasn't really gotten us anywhere. And we've still got our sorceress things up going on, but this is considered a shapeshifter. And oh, actually, man, we would need to have. Actually, we probably want another glacial, because glacials are relatively easy synergy to get. You just need 2 of them, and we've actually got another glacial already. There we go. This time round, our cannons actually stunned like everybody, which is really good against this team that's consisting primarily of a lot of small creatures. Alright, so our Kha'Zix is going to need to kill everybody. Fortunately, they seem to be up to the job. So Kha'Zix's ultimate... So, Kha'Zix is an assassin, which means that he'll jump around the board. That's not... His ultimate is just to do a bunch of damage. So... Oh, we're pretty close to... Alright, let's go to this. I don't think that actually makes that much sense. We're pretty close to leveling up our Warwick. We really need a third wild. Sorry, another wild one. The whole void thing hasn't really panned out. I think our army has made up a bunch of random stuff, honestly, at this point. Alright, let's abandon the ship on that whole idea, because we're also holding up one of our damaged items in that choice. Alright, let's eggs in one basket our Kha'Zix. I don't know if the item actually applies on the time that you use it. Like if you drop it down early. It's a good double stun there. And Nar's going to mess up. Nar's really, really good for messing up people's formations, because your formation is basically the thing that keeps you from losing a lot of the time. And Nar just goes plat and smashes across. So nothing that's really relevant for us. So we're building up our gold at this point. Oh, but we will make an exception for Leona, who is extraordinarily good. So we've got a level 2. Is this got level 2? No, so actually. We really used to upgrade any of those 3. Yes, the Gnar and the Kennen together I think is extremely good. Alright, I don't want to go down anymore. It's very easy to get carried away with getting for too many rerolls at once. Oh, I think, did we forget to reset our formation? Yeah, I think we're just about to get smashed. Oh. Good job. I don't think pirates are very strong, and that's probably the only reason why we won that one. So we're about halfway in. Anything we really want here? Not really. So that's a completed item on the Shen there, which is quite easy to miss, but that's very, very good to have, because that's 2 items in one. So even though we're not playing Shen, we can always just sell them. So later on, you start getting better and better items on people. So this, even though the icon looks very similar at a glance, I don't think anyone else noticed it was 2 items completed. If you get Warwick who isn't that great in the champ selection, you're getting him or a legend / epic minion. I'm not quite sure what you mean, Sleepyhead. Could you rephrase the question? So let's get rid of this, and now we've got a. Now we can have a glacial. Oh, that's right. We can only have 3 items max on A1. So let's have a glacial Warwick. It's very, very good. So that's activated the glacial. Oh, if I got Warwick from the carousel, it would have been a basic level 1. Oh, I should have. I should have. You're right, Sleepyhead. I completely forgot that was a thing. So eggs in our one basket more. Are so no one master. Oh, no one master is actually really near the bottom. You're right. I should have gone. If I'd seen a Warwick, I should have gone for them. Though missing out on the thing wasn't be so good. Oh, we could go for a. All right, screw it. Let's change around some stuff here. And start swapping back in some of our void stuff. I don't want to. Okay, yeah, Sleepyhead, it probably should have been the priority if I really want to be able to script. I should have put the castle in somewhere else, but that will activate our void. So that's going to be able to allow for our Kha'Zix to continue to tear through people. You can see the Kha'Zix is working their magic on the backline. Oh, but as it turned out, Rune Tier just destroyed. Oh. So trying to make sure we maximize our Guardian thing, but I'm not sure what the right formation is to make sure we get the Guardian thing going on, while also not making it so that our tanks end up on the back line. Okay, so we've got a bit more attack speed and some magic resist as well. So we could. I think we're not into noble really at all. We're not really into knights either, so that's no good. Not into demons or elementalists, so this whole thing is. Man, this whole game's a series of like quite tough choices. Yes, Sleepyhead, every time you go up a level you get a better quality of champion choices. I don't know where to put my items though. No, the champion quality is directly related to what level you're on, not the stage you've reached. Oh boy. Fortunately, you can buy to upgrade if your bench is full, which isn't necessarily always guaranteed in these games. Alright, let's just bang some stuff onto Warwick. So we've given him a particular effect there which lets see oh well, I just died. Yeah, I didn't really feel like I knew what I was doing in that game. I didn't think I felt like I was doing at all. Ah, Sleepyhead, I'm glad you're finding the stuff useful. So let's take a look. So our opponents took, it looks like knights and nobles. which is a fairly basic composition, but it works. Alright, let's see, I could probably do a couple more games before I'm done. I'm trying to make the most of it when I'm on the PBE because, as everyone said, it takes forever. I literally get up in the morning and start the login process, and then come back to it in the afternoon. It's just crazy. I'd much rather they gave you a ticketing system or something. But, again, the PBE is not designed, as far as I can tell, to, you know, for this kind of situation at all. Because PBE signups... Yes, Sleepyhead's Glacial combo is super strong. I think we probably should have been going for something like that. I think we ended up just as an army that basically just did a bunch of stuff okay. Hey Hero Gaming, good to see ya. Fortunately, you just missed us getting smashed, though it's almost like it didn't happen. I don't know if that's how it works. Fortunately, the people we're going up against here don't have too much in the way of like high-level stuff, so it might be right. So yeah, Sleepyhead, if it comes up, the glacial stuff is generally a good choice. So what have we got here? Oops, I think we didn't actually get anything. So we basically just got something completely random. There we go. That's okay. Blade Masters. I think Blade Master is kind of a cool thing. I'm not sure the Blade Masters themselves are terribly good. Oh yeah, Sleepyhead. You will definitely get along with Hero Gaming, Simon. Hero Gaming's, I've just been explaining a little bit about what this teamfight tactics is to Sleepyhead, and I think we've both got to the point of having some idea what's going on. Which is good news. So what would this get us? It's not really the best thing for... Well, if we got the Blade Master thing going on, then they would get to attack a lot. So we could go... Oh, we could go, it looks like Blade Masters have come up, so... Let's give it a try. So there's a kind of... so guys, there's a kind of a sort of a next level of this, which is the web of synergies that you've got in place. So you've got the class synergies, which are, you know, Blade Masters, ninjas and stuff, and you've got the origin synergies, which are things like Phantom, Noble, etc. And certain kinds of origins, or sort of, I don't know what a better word for it is for. That's what they call them in the game anyway. Origins. They have more instances of a certain type. So, for instance, in this case, Noble has got access to a Blade Master at pretty low level, whereas other classes like Phantom have a very limited selection. So we could go in on the whole... So we can't synergize well with ninjas, because they actually anti-synergy with themselves, but we could start building up Nobles. So let's give that a try. Alright, let's take a quick look around and just check what everyone else is doing. So... Nobles. It's random stuff. Garen is very popular. Knights. Wild. Pirates, probably? And wait, is this us? Yeah. Okay. So we probably want to stay away from doing what we were planning on doing there. So let's divert across to something else. So the origin and classes, it just depends really. Like they're both kind of, you know, you see they're listed down here in much the same way as each other. It just depends. I think certain ones are better earlier on. So usually the ones which have less required less champions in a particular variety are going to be better earlier on. But let's see. We probably should have gone up a level there. Never mind. So knights are pretty easy to get going early on. So the thing is, because I don't know what all of these things are, and I think someone did do a cheat sheet of them. That there's a you can kind of also, if you see what other people are taking, for example, this guy has got an anti-auto attack thing, so anti-basic attack. So if other people are taking, the most successful people are taking stuff that relies heavily on basic attacks, then that suddenly becomes a lot more useful. Actually, alright, let's give this a try. So that gives us the Noble. CP just 6 minutes in the queue. Oh, 6 minutes remaining. Oh, good luck. Well, I hope it does. I think once it starts to get a little bit more close to the end, it starts to get a little bit more accurate as well, which means that it's not as bad as it would be otherwise. So let's try the Noble thing and see how that works out. Man, they've got an incredibly strong Mordekaiser there with multiple items. Oh yeah, we're gonna get demolished. I actually don't know what's the right thing for us to get here. I think we probably need to start piling items onto the Shen so they can stand in the way of stuff, but I'd like to get more synergies on the go, really. As we saw, other people are going for the Noble thing. Oh, we could go for this. Let's see. Glacial. Yeah, Sleephead, you want to see what glacials are like, so let's give that a try. Alright, the whole... the whole pirate thing didn't really work out, so let's go with some glacials and see if we can get those going. So we'll look to transition across, because we haven't gone very hard into the Imperial stuff yet. Okay, we're going to lose this one, but at least we won't lose it that badly. This keeps us relatively low on the queue, or high on the queue, I suppose. Okay, so we're really looking for some glacial stuff. There isn't very much in the way of glacial stuff there. I genuinely don't know what to get. Alright, let's just get something which we know we have already, which is Vayne. So Vayne is really, really good with some items, but without items she's a bit rubbish. The problem with this as well, because it's so early in development, because you can't, unless you know what all of these are, you don't really have that much of an idea ahead of time. Okay. Oh, there is another glacier one. So, okay. Let's swap out this stuff for glacial and see how it goes. Also get ourselves a level. And bring back some of the... Oh, there we go. Got some good stuff. There we go. We'll call it the Sleepyhead variety glacial offerings. And already, yeah, you see the stun comes through. And when you can chain stun together, it's really gross. I think their group is probably a lot better than ours. Yeah, we're just getting destroyed. Susan. Okay, well, we can keep building up towards our glacial stuff. I think we're going to get smashed for a while longer, so... Actually, what we do is sell this, and then start buffing up our frontline units. So there we go, we've got the Noble thing back in. Now we've gone for Nobles and Glacials. So at least we've got the synergies going on. It's a little pain. It pains me a little bit to lose the ninjas, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, we're getting through the front line. Oh, we're actually doing alright. Okay, cool. So, I don't really know what else to go for here. Let's... It's tormenting us. Tormenting. Yeah, Sleepyhead, I think you're right. I think it's better to make sure that the items are on better champions because they can make use of them more. So, keep that going. What else is up though? Not too much. So we've got upgrades waiting for these two, and then I guess we'll hold on to this one just in case. If it's not the difference between gaining a level or not gaining a level, I'm not really that bothered about selling stuff. So we've kind of let the Blade Master synergy fall by the wayside a bit, which I think is okay. I generally just don't know where the next Blade Master is coming from, if they will be coming. Alright, let's keep pumping up our Vayne because the more because her 3-hit thing means the more auto attack she gets off, the better she becomes. So, items for her, pretty good. I'd like to have 20 gold at this point, but I don't want to lose out on these upgrades. I can only sell these two, really. I'm glad I didn't. Okay, so we could just stick on the 3 nobles stuff and then come back to that later on. Cool, so we've got ourselves a decent front line. I'm not a huge fan of Fiora because she's so reliant. If she gets her ultimate off, her riposte, she's really, really good. But it's very easy for her to die before that even happens, and then you're just like, well, that was a waste of time. Maybe I should just swap her out, actually, for the Garen. So you see the Zephyr effect here, which they've got on one of those, which puts one of my units up in the air. It's not as good as it seems like it should probably be. You see Vayne, yep, doing work. Plink, 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 plink. Yep, that's all you need. And hey, there we go, an upgraded one of them as well. Okay, so we're in a good spot, I think. So next level we'll get 2 XP for just completing the round, and then we can spend to get up to the next level. So that's all Gucci. I don't actually know what we're really looking for in terms of our next thing, because I guess it's going to be probably another Guardian ideally, maybe another Ranger to get our Vayne going, because that gives them extra attack speed. A Brawler would be fine, a Gunslinger would also be fine. I don't really want, even though those ones do fit, I'm not like, really super sold on them. It looks like our front line held up. So at the moment it doesn't look like people are going hard on assassins, which are generally going to be the answer to putting all of your eggs in one basket and putting it on the back line, because the assassins jump through to the back line and murder them. Okay. It looks like I might do an exploratory move into Yordles, because that doesn't really cost me anything. Oh, that's right, I need to upgrade this as well, don't I? So let's try out the Kennen as a... doesn't have any kind of synergies that ninja. Oh, but him being a ninja by himself does make him stronger, so that's okay. Okay. So if the enemy is in roughly the center, which they are, then hopefully Kennen will get a big AoE stun off. Or they might just die before that happens. Ugh. Yeah, they had too much damage. They broke through the front line and started murdering everyone. No good at all. I'm going to actually... sorry if it tanks the FPS here. But I'm going to have a quick look on the Teamfight Tactics subreddit and see if I can get some of those cheat sheets. Right, who am I? I'm near the bottom. So, what have I got here that I can go for? Sejuani, probably. Yeah, Sleepyhead, we'll get the Sejuani just for you. Also because it's pretty much for muchness between all the other stuff as well. So, Sejuani's... So, yeah, because you really want to be looking for synergies that play into your better units. So, for example, Sejuani is Glacial and a Knight, so you probably want to keep her till the end of the game. So, if you've built up Glacial stuff and you've built up Knights already, then you're in a pretty good spot. We have not done so. So I think we'll swap out our Kennen for a Sejuani, because she's got a similar kind of ult, but she's going to also be beefier because she's got that item on her. And yeah, last time around Kennen just died before they could do anything, so not amazing. We're probably looking to level up our Vayne eventually. I haven't seen any Lucians at all, which suggests that maybe this whole noble thing wasn't the best of ideas. So I'll keep grabbing hold of Yordles where we can. Just in the off chance that's the synergy I should be going for. Oh man, we got destroyed. Who was that by? Yo-Yo. It's one of the top people, but still. So, you do have magic resist and armor in this game, so certain kind of attacks, like if someone's gone heavily into a sorcerer so they can do magic damage, then suddenly your armor becomes a lot less good. Oh, we've already got a level 2 one of them, haven't we? So oh, they had. Oh, that's right. They had assassins. Okay, so let's try moving all of our stuff back a bit, and hopefully this will make us less vulnerable to being assassinated. Yeah, Sleepyhead. I'm trying to look at too many things at once, and so I'm confusing myself. Alright, well, let's grab another volley. I don't think we're ever going to go down the Warwick route, so let's grab the volley bear, just in the off chance that we get to keep going with them. So yeah, that's one of the cool things about the game, is I feel like this genre of game probably needs the ability to see what opponent you're going up against next, because it's so important what formation you choose against them. Whereas at the moment you don't know for certain, you have a sort of a vague idea. But is our Fiora level 2? It is, okay. So we could go for a Yordle Gunslinger. It could be reasonable. It does mean we kind of give up on leveling up Sejuani, but I'm not sure. Not Sejuani, Volibear. But I know it's difficult because I really like to be able to. I probably should be building up towards stronger units anyway. So at least these Yordles are a bit more worthwhile. I don't know if I want to really lose out on. I don't feel like Lucian is really doing anything. Oh, flippin' heck! All right, that just got us a whole bunch of stuff. There we go. That's the perfect item for a Vayne. The thing that just gives her attack speed. So let's just put a bit more on her. What can I guess? Excellent. So she's got the lifesteal to be able to sustain through getting smashed. Alright. Oh man, more Yodel stuff. Oh no! Ah, crap. Alright. We can upgrade our Lucian. I really didn't want to sell that stuff, but okay, we're gonna sell. We're gonna sell these as well, and give up on our Volibear hopes because there's a couple of things we want to get there. So we can move more towards the Yordles, because a big thing in this game I think is probably just not ignoring when something is really sort of obviously staring in the face that it's open. So in this case, Yordles. Could have had 4 glacials with Ash. Oh, good point. Let's start picking up ashes as well. Good call, Sleepyhead. We're at 50 now, which is a good point to be in. So our Vayne is ridiculous. Our Lucian has just leveled up. So this will give us a stronger ability. What we'll do... Oh, that is pretty handy. So everything gets a shield around Sejuani, which is possibly a bit of a bad formation, but hopefully this will still work. Oh, actually that works out pretty well. Oh no. So our veins in one basket didn't work out terribly well. Yeah, the glacial... Your position 1 in queue. Ah. Good stuff. Alright, let's get our Nara out onto the field and doing stuff. So we're probably looking to build towards... Let's go down to 30 gold and start digging. Okay, let's change over that knot. For these. So once we've got 3 Yordles in the field, which I think we can do relatively consistently, then we're in a good spot. Well, there's another Glacial. So we'll see which one of those we get. There we go, we've kind of got the Glacial section and we've got the Yordle section. Now this time round, our vein didn't get instantly gibbed. Swank! Sleepyhead. Sleepyhead, why don't, if you add me on here, we can play together. I think we're probably nearly done with this game. Okay. Oh, nice. So not only a Sejuani, which we were looking for, but also a completed upgraded item. I believe... I can't remember. Oh, Sleepyhead. Yeah, people have been having the error occurred thing. I think I just got lucky because I started... I think it's probably because they've been trying to bring more people on. And that has caused the error thing where I think it's letting people more further into the queue than it should be. But that really sucks, I'm sorry for you. Well, Sleepyhead, as you can see, I'm counterfeit cast on here. So if you, once you do get in, if you add me up, we can play some games together. Okay. I think we're just going to save money for now. There probably is a better formation to make use of the Sejuani situation, but I don't know what it is. Oh, that worked out pretty well. So by having a very compact formation, I think, yeah, Warwick's supposed to be the one to be able to deal with very strong individual ones. Ugh, yeah. I think I need to start shifting my formation around a bit. Yeah, Sleepyhead. That's really unfortunate. Alright, let's keep building up our glacial stuff. So let's switch through things around. But I don't really want to go ploughing forward for a level 3 thing when I've got so much other stuff I want to upgrade. So we'll just keep digging around. Could go for a Yordle Sorcerer. I think that might be a bit better than the... I don't really want to go for Tristana though, because I've already got multiple Eddie carry style ones. I think this current setup is probably pretty decent actually, because it makes it hard for assassins to get in behind because there's not really a specific back line. We're kind of using... Actually, yeah, that kind of makes sense. So if we're using this as the side of the field as our back line, then that gets around the assassin stuff because the assassins don't jump to the side, they only jump to the back. Oh, there we go, Rangers. So that's something we could work with. So if we get rid of these and start building up towards Kindred. So Kindred is going to make our Vayne hit harder because that's also a Ranger. And I think Kindred is also just generally pretty good. Yeah, I think I do need to spend a bit of money to make money, so... Oh, we're so far away, let's... Alright, there you go. So, hopefully this should buff up our ability... I'm not sure, I think my Kindred just messed my formation up really badly. Yeah, let's not do it that way. So Kindred's got the ability to stop things from dying, which I think is pretty strong. Ooh, a golden spatula. So we could use that in combination. I don't know what that does when we put it with a situation. Oh, there we go. So that's something we really wanted as well. This is our second Guardian, so... Alright, let's give him the Zephyr, which will take something out of combat for a little while. And we'll hold on to the Spatula until we've got something we can actually use it with that will do something useful. Okay, I think we need 3 Yordles, and I think we're already pretty close to being done. So, Kindred's ult's going to be interesting because it's the stuff can't die ultimate. I'm not sure that's actually going to make too much difference because of where she's positioned. Oh boy, wow! Good advice, Sleepyhead, to spend that money because we went through them like butter. I think we're probably trying to do too many things here, aren't we? He's also a ranger, so that makes it a bit more palatable. Oh, a second. No. Pretty good, pretty good. Spend down a little bit just in case. Am I getting a level 3 Vayne? Is that remotely likely? I just don't think I've got enough room to do it. Oh. Now that's something to talk about. An extra Yordle friend. A level 2 Gnar is extremely good. So fortunately our Vayne is keeping themselves alive through the lifesteal. And the Kindred kept herself alive. So it's now 2 versus 1. I really need to get a stun proc on them. Oh man, this Lucian just doesn't do any damage at all. Oh, they've got the Yordle synergy going on, so all of the auto attacks are missing. So the Yordle synergy is extremely good against auto attack heavy ones, which is what I'm doing. So I guess it sort of makes sense for me to be trying to go heavily into that myself. Okay, I think I'm going to swap out for Gnar. Because as much as the Kindred stuff is cool, and it makes my Vayne a bit stronger, I think it's probably just not totally worth it. Whoops. Oh, did I mess it up? That was a bit strange. So this is Yo-Yo, has the heavy assassin composition. Man, they oh crap! Okay, so that didn't quite work. Fortunately, by being in the bottom position, okay, if we can get the second spatula, then we can get a free unit, which is obviously absurdly good. Admittedly, I didn't look too closely at the other stuff. We could have gotten the extra Leona, but having a free unit is just... Sleepyhead, they have over 50 gold in their slavings, do they? Oh, that's right, yeah, because you can see it in this game. In other games, you can't see it. Yeah, when you're doing well, you tend to just do better, which is why I'm glad that this carousel thing exists, just because it allows for some form of rubber banding. So there we go. So let's stick the this on somebody whose items we don't really care about. And Bonza. Okay, so don't think that's probably the ideal, but okay, well Vane's staying up, so this is... If we get one more Yodel on play... Oh, actually, yeah, that's what we should be doing, isn't it? We should be getting another Yodel on play. Then we'll get all that dodge bonus. Oh, I think we just lose. Well, shucks. Sorry, Sleepyhead, that didn't really work out terribly well. I think we did better. But I think ultimately the competition was still a little bit vulnerable to dodge. Dodge is a stat that hasn't been in League of Legends for a long time because it's extremely annoying. But alright, I think I can do like 1 or 2 more games. I don't think we got anything out of that. Also, something else is, well, on PBE, like unlike where you would normally, you can get. Thank you, Sleepy. You can get these eggs with little legends in them. So, oh, well, man, they're really expensive. Jeez. So. Because you're getting free RP for just playing on the PBE, which you don't get to bring across your main account or anything like that, then you can just use it to text out. Okay. Let's change across to a different dork. Let's go for... Alright, a little mole friend. Hoorah! Hero Gaming Simon, Sleepyhead was trying to get into the game, but unfortunately because there's so many people trying to play this at the moment, the login is like dicey and it doesn't work half the time, so you can wait a very, very long time and then it won't let you in, which is just... it's just awful. Okay, so I think I need to get a bit more flexible in my thinking, because I think as soon as you start trying to go for one particular kind of army, then it's just not going to work out terribly well. Because I think what we did do, which was right, was check and see what other people were going for early, but we didn't carry on doing that later. Ah, Sleepyhead, well, thanks for dropping by. I'm going to try and do a bit more streaming, especially because TFT is a lot of fun, though, as we've seen, it's extremely inconvenient to actually stream this game because of the amount of time it takes to get into the game itself. But I think I might be able to do some more... What day is it today? I might be able to do some more tomorrow, actually. So, Sleepyhead, I hope to catch you around. Definitely, if you want to... Yeah, if you want to drop a sub, that would of course be greatly appreciated. Okay, let's go for something a bit different. Okay, let's not. Okay, let's go for something random instead. Alright, well, there we go. Sleepyhead. We'll fulfill your lifelong dream of going glacial, because we'll get that early. I don't think there's very many units that have Guardian. I think it might just be Braum and Leona. So, that's another wrinkle to it. If you choose synergies that are easy to achieve early on, then you're usually in a pretty good spot. So I think this time around, I won't bother looking in the first round. Actually, no, but maybe it's better to look at the first round because it's easier to keep up. So robots, ninjas, void, ninjas, demons, sorcerers. Okay. Let's see if... Usually anything you can get 2 of straight away is going to be a decent idea, so let's give that a try. Our hero Gaming Salmon. What a polite young man. So what does Phantom do? Phantom curses a random enemy, and basically, okay, so not quite, but almost auto kills an enemy. Okay, well since we got 2 of them to start with, we're in a pretty good spot. What could we upgrade this to? Or maybe this? Oh, actually that could be pretty strong. There we go. So we could get the Knight bonus relatively easily, so let's just go and do that. Let's just take the most obvious route. So there we go, both of these got the Knights upgrades. Let's try, actually... Yes, delicious water! Let's kind of spread ourselves a bit. So we could go Yordles or we can go Wild. I mean, ideally we're going to go Glacial, because that's not too... Yeah, that's actually pretty good to get going early on, because it's not very hard to set off. There you go, got the Zephyr going. I figure, so usually the logic behind, you know, okay, so I present a question to you. How do you determine how good an ability is that takes away one member of the opposing squad? So in this case, a Zephyr, like temporarily at least, takes out. Okay, looks like Wild's the way to go. Generally, the smaller the opposing team is, the easier it's going to be to... or rather, sorry, the more effective it is to remove one member of that team, because it's a larger proportion of their damage that's going away. So we could, let's... Do you want that? Alright, Darius has got a pretty good spell, so let's enhance the spell. It's kind of counterintuitive because this doesn't work the same way as it would in regular League of Legends. Yeah, because when ability power only enhances certain kinds of abilities, whereas in this game it just enhances all abilities that are done. I don't think this is going to go terribly well for us, because this guy here's got, Mordekaiser's got an AoE line, which means once he breaks through, then you're in a tough spot. Maybe Darius gets for a second ult? No. Oh well. So we've got some good wild stuff coming up for us. I don't know if we stick on the Knight synergy, because it looks like other... Yeah, you can see our opponent has gone for full Knight. That is Yumi Gaming. They're up 100, so... I think we'll still stay on them for now, but not for too much longer. So I think that's going to be worth... Even with that, it's still going to be worth swapping that one out. Oh, actually, why not just have both? We'll sell this. Okay, so what have they got? They have got Void. They're going, oh man, they've got this triple Void thing. And what have they got? They're heavily on Knights. They are also heavily on Knights. And I think they're actually against the same person, so okay. So Knights is probably not the way to go long term, because everybody else is doing the same thing. Looks like this one's going a little bit better. As I said before, normally in these kind of games you'd have a scoreboard for easy access to what it is that's going on here. But yeah, the wild stuff's going pretty well. So wild's kind of neat. If you get a lot of wilds, then it gives a really, really strong buff to a lot of your team. Doesn't look like we're going to get anything relevant there. So we could buy up... No, we can't buy up to a level, we don't have enough money. Okay, I think in that case we just don't do anything. We probably want this boy in the middle. In fact, we'll open up the sides for them so that they can get off there. Because their ult's so good, we want to put them in a situation where they will get their ult off. Hopefully on multiple targets. And also, having more cars on the flank makes sense because it's more likely they'll walk around and hit multiple things. Yeah, that works out pretty well. Yeah, this is great actually. Oh man, an amazing video game. Hero Gaming Salmon, I actually did look into the possibility of getting some branded water, because I thought, like, counterfeit brand water, I mean, that's just, you know, that's, while that is asking for trouble from the authorities, I thought it's also a pretty fun brand name. Oh, nice. So Darius gets off the... I don't know how this is going to go, honestly. Oh. Alright, well it was a draw. We can live with that. So what have we got going on here? I've forgotten what we were building already. So, Knights and Wilds. That's right, we're building Wilds. So I think we've not actually tried Rengar at all, so let's give him a try. Yeah. Ah, Sleepyhead. That's cool. Well, Sleepyhead as well. I've got the same username on regular League of Legends, so please do add me up on there as well. But yeah, oh, fair enough. So Sleepyhead, if you're not watching but you're listening, I'll try and be as descriptive as I can. Okay, so it looks like... Right, we're definitely going to level up, that's the first thing. And we could look at Yordles as a potential avenue of play, so a couple of Yordles there. So this guy, he's wild. He's an assassin, so let's give him a try. He's also a beefy boy with some extra... So the wild effect is that they kind of got something which is similar to the old fervour of battle. Oh boy. Which is basically the more you attack, the more you get to attack. Which is pretty good for you know, obvious reasons. Attacking more is just generally good. Okay, I think we might actually win this one. Hey, there we go. They said you was a wild one. Ooh, 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 ooh. So who did we just beat? Ayankare? Someone basically in the same place as we are. Okay. And there we go. We can also upgrade this. So we'll swap out and keep our wild bonus. Apart from that, what have we got going on? We're looking for Guardians, Glacials. Oh, there's a Yordle, and there's a Yordle. So we've got a good selection of Yordles building up here. So we could swap out our Knights at pretty much any point to just go straight into Yordles. Which I think is probably a reasonable idea. Especially because, well, the big thing is we really want to get at least one of these Yordles level 2, because Mordekaiser is currently level 2 and he's doing a lot of work. Sleepyhead, I'm on EUS as well. Did me British accent not give it away? Oh yeah, Nidalee's doing work. Unfortunately, yeah, this is the much less than optimal situation here. Which is where Darius is in the middle of... Oh, actually it didn't matter. So if Darius gets in the middle of multiple enemies, then you will probably have a bad time. Oh, I think we just took down the top player though, so go us! Alright, what have we got going on here? So, nothing super relevant, though we could get a Elementalist Lysandra, which is okay. I could start swapping in Knights now, actually. Let's give it a try. Let's swap in a Poppy. And let's grab the Lysandra for the glacial stuff. Okay, so alright, so let's get rid of all of our Dariuses because we're not gonna ultimately go super hard into Knights, because as I said they're pretty busy. It's because Garen is a very easy to get champion and you can get him very early on. So that's why Knights tend to be very busy. A lot of doing well at this game is just trying to figure out what people aren't taking. So let's actually check in with our opposition who's going, yep, Knights, and what's the other one going for? Let's see once it comes back. Sorcerers and Knights, okay. The Yordle seems to have dried up a bit. I don't know what to... Alright, let's upgrade Warwick a bit. Oh, we can give him the Rage Blade. which I think is a good idea. Let's give him a Tear of the Goddess as well. That will give him more mana to start with, so he gets to use his pretty powerful ultimate quite quickly, which heals them and also locks down a target, which is pretty great. You see they're going for the back line like nobody's business. Hey! Oof. What a scallywag. Ah, we're doing pretty well. Another Yordle. It's almost like they want me to take Yordles. So we've currently got 5 out of the 6 potential Yordles you can get, which I think is a pretty good sign that we should be going for Yordles, though we're only picking up 1 of each one, which is a little discouraging, but I don't think the Glacial is probably about... Yeah, we could probably afford to just get rid of Braun, couldn't we? Because he's not doing anything for us, apart from just being a tank. Which I mean is fine. Alright, so we're up against the other top player, which is the heavy on the sorcery, so let's see how that goes. Nice, so all we got for the first person now can lock down backline. Nice, nice. So their formation, yes, didn't keep their backline safe from my fighters, so they've lost all of their damage. And hey, we're into first place. Being first place early definitely is the best, because it just means you're going to get a bunch of rubbish. Alright, let's go away from Glacial, because I don't think that's going to happen. But we can maybe keep on building up our Warwick. And we haven't seen any of the Rengars either, so the wild stuff is possibly a little bit trafficked by other people. But, oh, Shyvana actually, 2 Shyvanas. That's a decent sign that Shapeshifter is a good mechanic, is another class we haven't really explored yet. If you've got 3 of them, then all of the Shapeshifters get a bit stronger, but it's not dramatically so. Like, you get 100 more health, and you start off with like 1,000 health, so it's not something which you need to necessarily worry about super much. But what's more important about Shyvana is that if you've got dragons, which I think you only need to get 2 of, then you can get magic immunity, which is extremely good. And I think we're going to get completely nailed by Clara Awuwu. Ooh, the question now becomes... Alright, so we're right at the top, so we'll basically just take whatever we can get. I think we'd love... Nar's the one which we really want. But we've got so little control over it. Fortunately, Nar's got a bit of a rubbish item on them, so it's possible people won't want them. No, definitely not. Alright, well, people don't seem to be super worried about the Katarina with her... So, are we going to be able to pick up her golden spatula? That would be really nice. Okay, nice. So, we won't do anything with the Katarina, but having the golden spatula means that we'll be able to access a lot of stuff we wouldn't be able to get to otherwise. So, let's sell her. And go up a level. And start banging more Yordles in. So can we attach to anything? Demon. Don't really want to be a demon. So we could get Elise and go... As I said, like we could go for Elise, who's also a shapeshifter, but as I said, I don't think the shapeshifter, the class bonus for that is really that great. Like, a lot of the class bonuses are pretty game breaking. Like the wild thing lets you just go crazy. Actually, in that instance, let's get Ari as well, who is a wild sorcerer. I think we're probably gonna have to give up either our Warwicks or our Shyvanas to be able to keep buying stuff. Oh, we're gonna lose that one against Clara. Flipping Clara. Maybe this will give us, next one will give us an idea what to do. Oh, there we go, we can upgrade our Shyvana. So let's swap that in for our Yordle buddy. And, oh. Okay, let's toss some of the stuff because we can get more Yordles. And we can get ourselves a level 2 Tristana, which is not too shabby either. We can also grab ourselves some Kindreds, which I would never say no to. So we still a good amount. So currently we've got Okay, we probably can afford to get rid of our Mordekaiser at some point soon, because I'm not sure they're really doing that much for us anymore. In fact, no, they're not really doing anything for us. A big thing in the game is constantly re-evaluating where you are, and then being like, okay, this is actually, while this was good before, it's no longer good. Ugh, we're gonna get clobbered. Also because Brawl has stopped doing anything, which is, unfortunately, what's going to happen when you're dealing with a product that's not really finished. So let's set off that. Oh, we could get a Dragon Sorcerer to go with our Dragon Lady, and that is, I think, good? Yeah, so now they're both immune to magic damage, which I think is fairly significant. Can keep our Yordle train going. Now, we've not seen virtually any of the Rengars since there, so I don't know if we're really going to be able to upgrade. I'd like to find something to get the wild stuff going, because it's a pretty good synergy bonus. Because instead of it just being wild stuff, it then means that our whole... Oh man, we're getting destroyed! Man, I've never been smashed so hard by those things. Usually they go down really quickly. That's a bit worrying. Okay, in that case, I'm going to change up my approach a little bit. Okay, that will give us glacial synergy. Let's change out this dragon and put in... Oh, never mind. I guess we're going to be playing dragon then. We're going to get hold of that one there. So I think Sorcerer is probably the way we go here to make best use of our various different synergies. Oh man, we're getting destroyed. Are we just too low? I think it might just be too low level. Alright, let's make sure we get the income boost. Ooh. Hero Gaming Summon, thanks for dropping by. I hope you found the stream illuminating. Alright, let's spam. There we go, we got the Yordle synergy bonus going on. Also, I think... So Veigar's got a... is pretty strong, but I think... Oh no, we're just getting annihilated in this game. I think maybe you just had plans just a bit too long term. It's possible we might just be relying on too basic of units for a while. Okay, so Kindra's at least high level. I really like to be able to get the whole wild thing going, but I don't think it's going to happen before we get killed. Man, yeah, okay. I don't know what to do. Maybe I should have just taken the misfortune just to sell her. Because just like everything else, you can always sell units for full value, though it depends a lot on... I feel like I need maybe a more defensive synergy in there somewhere. Okay. Let's ditch this whole idea and instead go for... Okay, so that gives us two... that gives us the Guardian thing going on, so that's a big step up. I think we need to be bringing in more impactful Yordles as well. Oh man. Well, got thoroughly smashed. 8th place. Ay ay ay. Well, at least it made for a swift game. Right, so... I'm going to take this chance to find the... cheat sheets. There we go. So I'll post this into the chat for anyone else who wants to see them. But having the cheat sheet to hand is extremely handy in making a considered decision. So okay, so stuff which I wasn't really looking into there was demons have actually a really good and strong synergy which has multiple levels to it. So that might be good. Alright, let's try Enchanters. We haven't had a chance to try Enchanters. So, Enchanters, the whole thing with they will bring out a... Oh no, sorry, that's a Sorcerer. Okay, I take it back. I take it all back. I guess we'll try either Yordles or Sorcerers. See if any of those turn up. Yeah, I think I would probably want to have that on a whatever I'm bringing as my tank for the chain vest for extra armor. I think normally speaking, armor is going to be better early on and worse later on as people tend to diversify into more magic damage as you go. So there's a Yordle. And let's get ourselves a wild one. And take a quick look around and see what everyone else is going for. So, sorcerers, brawl, stuff. It doesn't look like the synergies are really established as of yet. Okay. Oh. Well, there we go. Alright, we'll spread our items around a bit, which isn't generally a great idea, but we might be able to get away with this time around. So if we can pick up just one more Yordle, then we're in a pretty good spot where we're going to get the dodge going on. There's a specific item which I think we almost got there, Rapid Fire Cannon, which lets you get past dodge, But otherwise, you're very reliant on area of effect and magic attacks to be able to deal with dodge. Because otherwise it's just an extremely annoying characteristic. Which means you can win or lose, dependent on how well the luck works in your favour. So that's good news. I think... Oh, wild, yeah, wild and... This combination of things seems like a pretty decent investment. So we've got sorcerers at early levels in both Yordle and wild. So it feels like that's a good combo together. You know, I don't know if anyone's written this out as of yet, but I think there are probably certain combinations of things that work well together. So I don't want to not use the Tear of the Goddess there. So you see there, the Garen managed to ignore the fact that he was stunned because the ability kept on going. So there's kind of like the various different sort of micro interactions you get. Okay. So there's our wild bonus going. Nice, nice. And we're close to getting a Yordle and a Sorcerer bonus, so pretty solid start. Not going to reroll because that will put us in a position we can't actually afford to buy anything anyway. But we've got two of our units close to being upgraded, so yeah. I'm feeling pretty good! Once the front line goes down, you're usually pretty screwed. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. The Lucian's got the dash, which can mess with some abilities pretty hard. The RE is extremely, extremely good. A lot of the time, because she's got that long ability. The Orb of Deception, I want to say? Yeah! Which can deal damage to multiple targets, and also quite a lot of damage. So, usually a pretty good shout. And hey! What's this? It's another Yordle friend. So let's give these guys their own sides, just so I don't get confused. But yeah, we're in a pretty good spot, I think. We can't go up to the next level quite yet, but I don't think we really need to, honestly. So, if we can get Tristana a few more items, they can, you know, the more attack speed they've got, the more useful they become with this item that works off hitting them 3 times. So something like a Gwynsu's would be great. Hey, doing pretty well. Sleephead, you always want Yordle. Well, I keep trying to force Yordle. So alright, so we're in first place, which is, you know, the obviously optimum position to be in. So we could use a Warwick here, though a Veigar would not be too shabby. Also, a Lulu, all will be good. So I think even though we're going last, we'll probably get something we want here, because I don't think other people will want the same things we do. Which is, of course, the best position to be in, where you're, you know, you're like, I love eating garbage, and people don't like eating garbage, and so you can have all the garbage you want. It's a terrible, terrible metaphor. I'm so glad I made it. Alright, let's see if we can find our way around to Veigar. We've got him! And also, I think the tear is a pretty good item. So there actually is a... There's an item cheat sheet as well, though it's less essential than the class one is. Oh, and there we go, we get a Warwick anyway. Alright, there we go. In a good space. So ideally we would probably want to be picking up another sorcerer of any particular origin would be fine. Maybe a Brawler to go on the front line actually would be okay. Oh, let's actually grab the Glacial Guardian Braum as well, because that's way too good. And it's quite hard. If someone else just decides to pick up the Brahms early on, you can end up in a situation where you don't really get... It's not possible to get that synergy anymore, because it's already been taken by everybody else. Oh, yeah, okay, we needed to have leveled up there, because we just got nailed by somebody who had more stuff than we did. Wow, 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 wow. Do I want to chuck something? I probably should have. It's just a level 1 Ari, isn't it? So, okay, well, better late than never, I suppose. So let's get in our front line and activate the Yordle synergy. Hoorah! I think we can afford to... Well, if we look like we're going to lose, I'm going to throw away one of the Tristanas, because we still need to level up our Ari, and we're pretty close to doing that. Rest of Tristanas, it's a long-term project at the best of times. Okay, so we've got the numbers advantage, so we should be in with a pretty good shot of winning. And then they've got a very stacked Shyvana. Fortunately, I don't think it's going to matter. I think there are definitely items which are much better early on than they are later. So, for example, that Redemption, which gives you the ability to give you back a bunch of health when you die, that's a lot more meaningful early on. Oh, there we go, a Brawler. So it's not ideal, but it's okay. And a Yordle? Wait. Does no one get the memo that only we are allowed to have Yordles? We're not really anywhere close to that, so let's... I can't remember if you get gold for winning this run. I think maybe you don't, so just in case I'm going to sell to make sure we get the interest and get back into things. So the Brawler will help activate our Brawler synergy, which gives us a bunch of extra health, which is generally a worthwhile thing to have. What does this do for you? Oh, actually, that seems like a good one. So, giving a chance to disarm is extremely good. Because at this point, the game is not remotely balanced. So, let's keep packing items onto them. So, disarm means that they can no longer auto-attack you. I don't know what the percentage is, and I don't know why it doesn't tell you what that percentage is either. But when it happens, it's just game-breakingly good, because if you get it onto their best unit and they suddenly can't attack anymore, and they don't, it means they can't gain mana, they basically can't do anything. It's pretty gross. Okay, I guess we're going to sit tight for a little bit, because we could spend... so in Dota Auto Chess, you spend 5 gold to get 4 XP, so you always have to do some mental maths, and I'm really confused by not having to do that. So basically, we can get as much experience as we have gold, as long as it comes in a multiple of 4. So we could go up to the next level here, but I don't think we need to quite yet. There's the Ari doing her work. So yeah, the Shen does a good job at messing with us pretty badly, but I think it's not going to hopefully matter too much. Ooh, that was a bit closer than I would have liked. So I think we can probably still get... I could sell some stuff, but that's alright. Building up the old surprise Yordle, which is of course the best kind of Yordle. We don't have enough money to get too much else. So... we would like a Gunslinger, a Brawler, a Knight, or a Sorcerer. We could get a Volley Bear. Actually, yeah, but I think Volley Bear is pretty decent. And that still gives us enough money to keep on the current thing. Man, the Shen is extremely annoying for my auto-attack reliant composition. Yeah. Okay, well, we must be pretty close to getting another... Well, so for the time being, the Yordles aren't going to be massively significant if they get on the field, but I'm not going to say no. Okay, and... Oh, nice! So we got 2 upgrades in 1 round. And why not bring in someone to just buff up? So I feel like I kind of want to keep the Warwick around for as long as I can because they're continuously adding value to my team. So I don't want to put them directly as... Even though they're a pretty good tank, I don't want them necessarily to be the primary tank, which is exactly what happened here. Oh well, no. There you go, leaping around the place. So yeah, Ari's doing a great job of being able to access the back lines. For a lot of time, you know... Oh, flipping heck, that stun was... Man, the Gnar is super nasty. And apparently, they're only a 1-star Gnar, so I think we might still be able to get them. But yeah, oof. Where are they on the table? They're just below us. Okay. So that's a high priority Leona. We could get a Volley Bear as well, that'll be fine. We're not like super bothered by anything though. I think Leona would be nice, but the one I was going to grab her first, surely. Yep, there we go. So Volley Bear, and then... Oh, actually no, Poppy would be kind of nice. Let's just go for Poppy. Hey, Big Gorilla. Good to see ya. Big Gorilla, do you... Okay. Big Gorilla, if you're only here for a few minutes, I won't bother trying to explain the game in great detail. But we're in one of our probably later games of the day. I don't know if we're going to be doing too many more. But it's a drafting game, so we're trying to build up an army of things with various synergies. So let's keep those synergies rolling. I'll swap out this Poppy for a better Poppy. And I think actually we're going to sell back the Volley Bear to keep the dream alive. So we're in a pretty good spot. We're in 3rd place. We've got a bunch of upgraded stuff. We've got some good items on our... Oh, maybe I should put the armor onto Warwick, actually. I think Cho'Gath is probably going to be the one which is the most expendable in terms of I can swap him out without messing up any synergies. Oh, Ari, what you doing? You're killing me! That was terrible. So my formation did appallingly against Jaju's one. You can see who's coming up, so they've got a little... So I have to remember, I probably just need to mess with my formation a little bit here. Because currently, that just was not good. Let's try that again. We've got a bunch of people with 1 item on them, which isn't ideal. Alright, let's start doing... Oh, there you go, we can upgrade. And... Okay, I think we'll leave it there for the time being. But yeah, Big Gorilla, if you've got any particular questions, like, I did a long explanation at the beginning kind of about how the game worked in a lot of detail, but it took a long time. Well, Big Gorilla, thanks for dropping by. I think I'll be doing some more of this tomorrow, hopefully at a time that's more American, well, more American friendly. Oh, that was unfortunate. Ari sent her Orb of Deception completely the wrong way, but it looks like we can beat... Heals that Lulu. Oh, it's a person just below us. Haha! Now they're 6 feet below us. Alright, let's keep the good times rolling. There's nothing I really need to upgrade yet, it's just a case of trying to slot more Yordles into the composition. I guess the big one I'm really looking for here is Gnar. I don't want to go too far with... Okay, so this is the one with the all-assassin composition. It's a long way before the next level. So I don't really want to buy Poppy and build towards the 3rd because I'm already kind of trying to do that with... I suppose... Can I get away with it? Script. There you go. Puts me exactly on 30. So I'm going to try and build towards the level 3 versions of these guys as long as it doesn't actively cost me. Yeah, these wolves are extremely squishy, so if you've got a big enough front line, You just, like, annihilate them. Nice. Okay. So we could get the Knight synergy going. Oh, that's not the worst thing in the world. What other stuff can we get going? Guardian Angel. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's steal some Knight synergy. I don't think it's like the best thing ever, but I feel like Guardian Angel is pretty good, but I don't know if it's the best choice for Poppy specifically. I'm guessing someone who's able to get off their effect quite quickly. I feel like I kind of wasted my... my mega upgrade thing. Yeesh. Okay. I'm willing to consider another RE. Apart from that, 20 gold off of leveling up. Do I have something significant to put in? Not really. So I'll hold off for the moment. Oh, I don't really like the Sword of Divine, especially for a non... I just need to put it on to... Yeah, let's put it up on to Tristana. So Ari, yeah, does really, really well against formations like this when they're all clumped up because of the Orb of Deception. So unlike Kennen, she gets herself into a pretty decent position to use it because she's got an attack range of 1. So whenever she moves up to fight against something, which just happens to have something else behind it, then you're in a pretty good spot. So we're up to 50 gold. We're in a good situation. We can at least do a little bit of searching. Nope. Aha! There we go, so we're not actually that close to getting 3 sorcerers. So it makes more sense to get the extra Yodel in there, or rather to swap out for something that actually does something. Ideally, we will get that 3rd sorcerer at some point. Because we've got a relatively spread team. Woo! Yeah, that was nasty. The Katarina is super, super good. So maybe I need to spread my team out a bit more. So there's a sorcerer. So what we're looking for. There's no Yodels, so honestly, who cares? But Yasuo is probably the most directly worthwhile of those, just because they're going to be gone already. Never mind. So there is a sorcerer there in the Aurelian Soul. I don't know if there's more than one sorcerer. Actually, wait, I don't need to guess. So sorcerers, they are... Oh, that's right, of course, it's the Veigar. There should be Veigar and... Veigar is a sorcerer along with Lily. Okay. Oh, that's a good item to put onto the Poppy. Enemies losing 20% attack speed is extremely good. Especially for someone who's going to be right on the front line. There you go. That worked out quite a lot better. I think the Frozen Heart probably made a difference. I was against Poseidon, who is the lowest ranked player though, so I'm not going to read too much into that. Okay, so I don't think I actually need the Aurelian Soul at all. He's actually just going to mess up my synergies, though. Nah, you should not tempt me. Okay, that's no good. So, okay, can get up to the next level. Let's throw in Lulu, who's going to put us up to 4 Yordles. So we're basically just missing Gnar, and we could definitely chuck away Cho'Gath at some point relatively soon. Oh no. Oh man, Juju, who's, yeah, #1, who's got this extremely obnoxious setup with multiple assassins, is gonna nail us pretty hard. At least we've got a lot of money! It could always be worse. And there we go, we got an extra Veigar, which gives us some incentive to level up and set ourselves up for the 3. There we go, Sorcerer, so 35% spell damage, which is pretty solid if I say so myself. So Gunslinger could be one we could try and fit in somewhere. Who is in the Gunslinger class? That is no one that we would particularly care to have, honestly. Flamemaster we do not care for. Assassins we do not care for. Okay, so we're always up for more Yordles, but I think at this point we're mostly in a position of being just trying to save up money so we can really dig for Gnars. Oh man! That was close. Yeah, Sleepyhead, I think I got that message there just after I had spent all of my filthy lucre. Okay. We're currently level 8. Yeah, so there's only one more level we can actually get up to before we're at full level. But I'd like to... I think I'll keep piling items onto Poppy. I'll just get her. Glacial. We don't have any of that, so don't worry about it. It's Glacial, Blade Master, Assassin, so all 3 things we don't care about. Oh boy. I think maybe the Yordle synergy isn't any good. Like, I think maybe the Yordle synergy is good early on, but I think it was a mistake to stick on it that long because it's very, very good against auto attacks, but as the game goes along, you're not as reliant on auto attacks. So I think maybe I should have transitioned to something else a bit earlier. Let's see. So yes, Gunslinger is definitely heavily in the pirate, because it's got 3 of the 5 members are pirates. Shapeshifter is a bit all over the place. Ranger's not something which I've really looked into too much, but that could be interesting. That's very heavily on. Okay. So Blade. So I think the stuff I haven't really explored is probably Assassin, Blade Master, Elementalist, Gunslinger, Ranger. I think those are the ones I've done the least with, so I'll see if I can immediately forget about those things. I mean, actually find some of those if I can, but I don't know how good they are. The pirate stuff is interesting, but I think it wasn't super strong, let's put it that way, when I first used it. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. You want to see the shapeshifter? Alright, sleepyhead. We'll see what we can do. So in that one, that's Wild is the first one, and then you've got Elise, who's a shapeshifter. They're all from different classes, so I think it's quite a difficult one to pull off. Let's see, do we have any shapeshifters in our first lot? No, not really. I think we just ended up with something random. We did! Alright, well, we could do worse than a very early glacial. So, let's see. So we're starting to form this kind of web of what is good under these circumstances ahead. So you've got to, you've got to think this is good with, these champions go well together, these classes, these origins go well together, but also you've got to then consider in as well what everybody else is doing. So can we make something X-Tech Gunblade? I mean, that would certainly make a lot more sense on something which was okay, we'd go for whatever we find 2 of. So Hextech Gunblade would definitely make a lot more sense on something which was a damage dealer. But I think probably anything we put on Braum at this point is not going to make a huge amount of sense. Yeah, I mean, the obvious reason for going for anything which you can get 2 of is just because it's easier to then get the level 2. Where at this point I think any level 2 is probably going to mean you win. So I'll wait till everyone's got 3 things in before I start looking at everyone else's, because I found like it was too difficult to really track otherwise. No items? Great. There definitely shouldn't be a random chance. Oh, there we go. We've got a shapeshifter and a wild enabler. So, biff boff. Sorted. We are going to force shapeshifters for Sleepyhead. And hopefully it will work out. Let's have a quick look around actually. So, nobles. Nobles. Knights. Random. 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 And random. Okay. I think we've got a good setup, like that we've got any kind of synergy at all. You can see at the top of the screen one of our opponents complaining about how you just end up with stuff that you didn't really want. So, how about we swap out our Braum menu to free up that, and swap in a Brawler. There we go, so we've got 2 synergies going on there. Let's try this idea. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. So we're going to try heal bot Warwick and see how well it works. I'm keeping an eye out for any more shapeshifters. So yeah, as I said, the shapeshifter synergy is not terribly exciting. It just means that you get a little bit more health when you shapeshift, which is which is a bit underwhelming. I think they could do a lot more with that, like allow you to shapeshift back and forth or something. But look, another shapeshifter. Alright, we'll bring that in once we can get a third one. So let's continue to eggs in one basket our Warwick here, who we haven't even had a chance to upgrade as of yet. So obviously the best idea. So we could go Void, we could go Shapeshifter. Well, we're definitely going to go Shapeshifter. But as to when we're going to do it. We could grab a couple of Kha'Zix there that would get us towards the Void stuff. Actually, yeah. We've got a whole 3 Void synergy thing already, so... Everyone's hitting Rek'Sai, so I don't even know how good this whole massive heal bot thing is for Warwick, but I imagine it's probably decent. So again, Warwick's ultimate lets him heal up, so that's a pretty good shout. Do I want to get rid of something to get me more money? Screw it, yes. Okay. So we've now got our extra. So we don't really have anything major to throw in there. Oh wait, yeah we do. Oh, I can't believe I almost missed that. So if we then put in Kha'Zix on the next level, we'll have the Void thing going on, which lets us ignore a lot of the armor. I don't think that's a major thing, because I think at this point a lot of them don't even have armor. Yeah, this isn't, like, competition unfortunately isn't great against this one. Because it's like an assassin composition. Alright. Unfortunately, their AI has stopped working, so... Ugh! Ugh! Yeesh. Alright, so we want some shapeshifters. There's one right there. Alright, which one am I? I'm this one up here. So we're gonna ignore everything else and fling ourselves at the shapeshifter. That's what it means to force a class. We might have to thread through the middle. Alright, I think we might get it. I think we might get it. Okay, so to make the most of shapeshifters, we need to have demons, we need to have dragons, and we need to have wilds. Demons, dragons, and wild. I'm gonna write that down. Dragons. Wild. Alright, so again, the shapeshifter stuff isn't really going to do a huge amount for us at this point, until we can get some more stuff in. So we'll hold off on bringing them out until a little bit later on. Oh, actually, yeah, because we've got the brawler thing from here, so I don't think any of these guys are brawlers, are they? Dragon shapeshifter. I think the demon synergy is relatively easy to set off as well, so if we find any demons. Oh man, what does that actually do? Oh, okay, it's not what you'd expect. Okay, let's keep ourselves healthy money-wise. I don't know if we're planning on keeping into Void, but alright. Let's buy up so we can set up our Void synergy. We're gonna have to toss something though. Alright, it's easy to get back the elites later on. Also, I think there's 4 shapeshifters, so at least it's probably the more expendable of the two. Are we winning? Yes, I think so. Interesting, a Lucian with the Rabadons. That gives him a lot more ability power, I believe, but I don't know how that interacts with Lucian, because he doesn't... Well, yeah, I don't think Lucian's got a castable ability, so it doesn't even do anything for him. There are... Hey, it's a shapeshifter. Alright. We're in a good spot. So actually... we could bring back these ones out and bring this one in. There we go! Shapeshifter synergy. We successfully forced it. Hoorah. And since we're here, let's maybe pick up a cannon, even though it's not that great. So yes, it should be anytime these shapeshifters transform, they'll get a lot more health, though it looks like Shyvana's too weak to actually survive long enough to even do it. There we go. Haha! See, so when he's transformed he has 2300. Unfortunately, yeah, you can't transform again. Ugh, this is going to be terrible. Having 2 low health guys sucks, because when the one dies, the other one's going to come back to life again. Yep, there we go. Oh well. And we haven't got any items for them at all. Yuck. What can you do, huh? What can you do? So we could spend 12 gold to pull us up a little bit. I feel like maybe I'm trying to hold off on spending gold a little bit too much, and that's putting me in a position where I'm just going to get hammered and thus lose more gold ultimately anyway. It's one thing that's kind of very easy to not do is to sort of update your thinking when the situation changes. So in this case, like, the Kha'Zix doesn't really serve any purpose anymore because I don't have that whole void thing going on. Oh wow, yeah, the shapeshifter thing has not worked out totally well. Hey, hey. Alright. Have I not up... How's this guy not upgraded? It's outrageous. There we go. I'm so mad about that. Alright. So... yeah, low 1 stuff sucks. Hopefully this will be a bit better now. So I guess anytime that Darius is popular, like Darius is a great anti-assassin because Darius was going to do the AoE around himself, so that assassins put themselves into the perfect position to be AoE'd. I think we need to pick up another form of synergy of some kind. So we've got the shapeshifter stuff going, we've got the wild stuff going on, so I think maybe we can start moving into the sorcerer aspect of things. I think the void... okay, let's get rid of the whole void stuff. I don't think it's working out terribly well. Oh, that's 4 wilds. Oh, I didn't even notice that we had the possibility of getting 4 wilds. So that's really, 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 really good. That's going to enable our whole team to be stronger. It won't actually do that much in the short term because nearly our whole team is already wild, so they're not getting that much benefit from having the extra attack speed. But, yeah, why not really? Oh, jeez. Alright. Well, at least we figured out that we could have had... Oh, there we go, there's a Gnar. So we want that. We could also be quite happy with the Aurelian Soul. But I think... it's tough, but I think actually both of them are totally fine. But the Gnar is probably the more broken of the two, so let's get that. And hopefully we'll get to the point where we can start drafting Gnars as well, and then have them just destroy everything on the board. But yeah, so Sleepy, we had a chance to explore the shapeshifter stuff. I'm not sure it's... like, I think it will probably get a more interesting synergy down the line because, as it stands, it's barely noticeable when it happens. It's also because it's a fixed amount of extra health that it means that it doesn't scale well either. We are currently up at 50. This is a pretty solid place to be. I think we could start rearranging stuff a bit. So let's swap out this Gnar for a vastly superior Gnar. Actually, we probably want to get... oh wait. Yeah. Okay, so once we're above 50... oh, we've gotten here without getting smashed too badly. Now we can actually start spending money. Oh, cool. Well, there you go. There went their main unit. What does she get when she transforms? Oh, she actually gets range. Okay. This is going to be pretty close. Not that close as it turns out. Okay. Cool, we'll level up. I don't think there's actually anything particularly major we can bring in here. So... just drop him in, and... am I missing anything obvious? Yeah, let's get the... I just realised I was about to sell a unit to get another copy of that same unit. So Cream Raider fortunately is the lowest ranked player, and we're gonna make them stay that way. Yeah, if we get the Gnar upgrade, I think we're in a pretty good spot. I don't think we're gonna bother with the again, like the brawl. The thing is, like, it's really weird. Like the brawler upgrade is like way better than the shapeshifter one. Like, oh, it's 100% bonus. Okay, I completely misread that. Yes. Okay. Gnar is taking frontline duty because now, okay, so now I realise that's what I need to do. I need to get health items on these shapeshifters, and they're going to become dramatically better. And a wild sorcerer upgrade. Don't mind if I do. All right, now boy, it's time to show off your skills. So probably want to be picking up. Oh yeah, I completely forgot this is the assassin run. No, yeah, no, it's going to be nightmarish. So there are certain items that let you do damage based on your maximum health. So if we can get that for Gnar, I would be very happy. Okay, nothing we really want. Nope. Uh-huh. Alright, well that's enough now, I suppose. Aha! So we can double down on our Healy boy. I should probably just be putting stuff on Gnar, because I just noticed Gnar walking around and murdering the crap out of everything. Fantastic. Alright, we'll keep building up. What's that? And hey, love it, love it. So we really want to be able to get that third sorcerer into play, don't we? Have we got a third sorcerer? Not really. So Aurelian Soul. Aurelian Soul is what we're probably looking for. That's a dragon to enable the magic immunity, which is ridiculous later on. And from there, yeah, that's the perfect unit for us. Alright, now ruin their crap. Thank you. Whew. So we've got a win streak, and we've got max interest. Nice, nice. Good stuff. I think this makes a good last game of the day. We're not very high up on the table, but I think we're doing quite well. We've got a Warwick building towards a level 3 Warwick. Alright, let's check some of that. I don't really want to put Kennen in until there's a an upgrade for him, because he's got really good ultimate, but it doesn't do anything else if they're dead. Yeah, I've really been over focusing on this Warwick. Never mind. And this is against Dry and Patron. This is the top ranked player in the game, and didn't exactly annihilate them, but did pretty decently. And cool. So that, I believe that the Swain is considered to be a shapeshifter. So we will of course be going straight for them. We probably should have gone for the Carthus. Yeah, sleepyhead. It's all about the Swain. I think Swain's pretty good. I think he's not considered to be a sorcerer, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, he's not. But he is a shapeshifter, and that's all. That's all we care for in this world. Just put them a bit back while they're still a bit weedy. I mean, I guess theoretically you could take out the... No, actually, I need all the wilds in there at the moment. It's nice it tells you when you're actually over synergy, so I've got... Yeah, I've actually got more shapeshifters than I actually really do anything with. So let's see what Swain does. Nice! Swain has a big AoE attack. I think his basic attack is pretty weedy, but... Void isn't really a thing for me, so... Oh, there we go. Dragon Sorcerer. Love it. And 2 of them as well. And more shapeshifters. Alright, let's start selling us some of this other stuff. Just so we can try and dig for more of them. We could go up to... Okay, I think we might go up to the next level next round. Just dump all our money in it. And get... I need to, yeah, I need to reorganize my formation. I was thinking to myself, I couldn't figure out where Gnar was in the middle of that, but I hope they were... Man, Gnar's damage is so stupid. I really need to be putting items on Gnar. Okay, there you go. So there's the magic immunity and also the sorcerer enabling. So that's pretty good. Oh, I'm not at full as of yet. Okay. So we can still upgrade the Warwick, we can still upgrade the Swain. That's a fairly unlikely possibility. But, alright, still in a good spot. I don't think the magic immunity is going to do a huge amount for us in this round, but it should still be okay. These guys don't look that dangerous. Oh, that's right. So, yeah, so Swain has a transform that turns them into a big crow, but there we go. Perfect. So this does maximum health damage, and this is the guy who turns into the most high health. Though I probably don't want to be trying to make that into a level 3 now, because that's just too much to ask for. I'd much rather have a higher level than that. So, Guardian Angel. Script. Yeah, you can see the Gnar is just tearing through everything, even before transformed. But, oh my gosh. Yeah. There we go, so Sleepyhead apparently, the shapeshifting is pretty good. Alright, just that respect for the Gnar. And apparently the fact no one's taking Gnars, because they're crazy. Alright, so at least you can see quite easily how much money we need to get up to the next level. I'm not sure there's anything we're super bothered about getting at this point. Because we still need like 4 more Gnars before it becomes relevant, so that's going to take a while and quite a lot of money. The Swain upgrade would be nice, the Aurelian Soul upgrade would be nice, but they're kind of in there as placeholders. Yeah, they're much more sensible putting the Guardian Angel on your best unit than what I've done, which is put it on one of the not best units, let's put it that way. Alright, Gnar, just go to town. Yep. Gnar definitely needs to be nerfed. Alright, let's get the RAs. We're never going to get that through. Nope. And... nope. So we're in top 4 now, it looks like. And we're going into the next round is going to be... it's going to be the circumference wheel thing. So ideally there we were looking to pick up a Swain or an Aurelian Soul. Got to remember that John Patron is an assassin player, so got to put my stuff right up to get to the side or it's going to get dumped on. Alright, Gnar, can you save the game? Yes. So do we have either of those things we're looking for? No. We do have, though, a... okay, never mind. We have a Carthus, which is a pretty decent sorcerer buddy. If there's something else we missed in there, I just didn't notice it. Okay, so we could go up to max level. And include Carthus as part of our lineup. Which doesn't sound the worst thing in the world. Carthus is pretty strong. We're never going to get up to max sorcerying, but... oh, that's right, we completely forgot to change our formation again. Oh man, we're getting smashed this time. Okay, we're going to change up our formation quite dramatically. Let's make sure that gets used first and foremost. Wait, do we even need this guy anymore? I don't think we do. If we bring in the Carthus, we can get rid of the Catadent, because I don't think they're ever really that great. There we go, so at least this time we've managed to keep ourselves from getting immediately overrun by assassins. Though it's... Oh man! There we go, that went much better. Much, much better. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get... Oh, there we go. So this is going to mess up our formations quite heavily. Let's remember to reset afterwards. So why not have two? If one Nar's good, when two Nars are probably even better. Hopefully this composition isn't super terrible against. Wouldn't changing Nar for Nida make sense? What? Oh, I think I see what you mean. Alright, let's reset our now horribly broken. Nidalee's on the board primarily because she provides wild synergy to the whole team. So she's a she's wild and a shapeshifter. We could afford to drop a shapeshifter, but we need to replace her with something else which was wild. Oh man! That Gnar ultimate gets me every time. Yep, that formation works extremely well. So, there goes one. Can we complete the day with a win? I hope so. Well, there's our Aurelian Soul level up. Lovely, lovely. Let's see if we can find ourselves the Swain or the Carthus. Carthus, alright. Sold. So Gnar won't. So Gnar doesn't. Multiple instances of Gnar don't count for the wild synergy. That's the thing with it. Yeah, so multiple instances of the same champion don't count for making synergies. So two Gnars. That's alright, Sleepyhead. I've made that same mistake before and I'd be like, what? So there we go. Turns out Shapeshifter's most OP. Ah. Well, that was nice to end on not just a victory, but a crushing victory. So I think in retrospect, yeah, I think... Let's have a quick look through the synergy listing. So Wild... I could have swapped out for a Rengar. Yeah, I never saw another Rengar, so... I think, as much as the Nidalee wasn't really doing anything, it was probably the right choice. Oh, excuse me. Alright, well that's going to be it for me today. Sleepyhead, if you happen to be around tomorrow, I'm going to try and do some more TFT streaming while it's still a relevant thing. Because I think it's still like, you know, there are a lot of people streaming this, but it's not like absolutely everywhere, which is where it's going to be as soon as it gets released to the general population. Sleepyhead, I hope you managed to get in tomorrow, because that really sucked you didn't get in today. But hopefully at least you got to, you know, call some builds, if nothing else, and also notice that Gnar is extremely overpowered. Alright guys, catch you all later, and have a lovely evening if you're in the UK. Otherwise, I've got no idea what time of day it is, so a lovely time of that day. Cheerio.